It's the Wednesday wrap-up show! 2020-24 wrap-up show.
2025.
It's the 2024 wrap-up. We're wrapping up 2024.
We don't color people time. We a day late.
What's up, y'all?
As
Happy
you
New
said.
Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to everybody.
Did you guys have a good holiday? Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, Festivus for the rest of us.
This year I got
She gonna pull out a G.I. Joe with a Kung Fu grip. Okay.
Nice.
and it
This
lights
is-
up and everything.
That's highly detailed.
This is the way.
So I am working on that cosplay for all the events I'm gonna be at this year.
All right, respect on that.
That's dope. That is dope for real. Man,
I got other stuff, but yeah, that was my favorite.
my holidays were chill. I went down to Tyler, visit my mother-in-law, hung out with her for a hot second. Not too much else going on after that. Kind of chilled out, got some rest. Ready to get into 2025 shenanigans. So yeah. About yourself.
Let's see. What did I do for the holidays? Oh, well, went down to South Florida, as we usually do. And on Christmas Day, after having breakfast with my family and my mom and my sister who came in from New York, and we drove down to South Florida, first to West Palm Beach, hung out with my wife's side of the family, then went down to Miami or Fort Lauderdale for my side of the family. Spent the night, and then the next day we hopped on a cruise with my cousins and had a family reunion, a little 3-day Bahamas cruise, family reunion with my cousins, which was very, very nice. And we just got back yesterday.
Man.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice.
Okay.
You guys had a cool Angel, we saw your Christmas present. Richard, you get anything dope for Christmas?
No, I didn't do anything for Christmas. I mean, I went to the movies. I had some food. What was it? Oh, you know what? I went to go see Sonic. I'm a Sonic fan. On the cover.
Oh wow!
It was really good.
The last movie, Matilda. No, not Matilda. What was that other one? Wicked with my daughter. She really enjoyed it.
Oh man, that was an incredible movie. I saw that.
That was a good movie.
Alphaba, I love it. That was everything. And then they got the dolls out, so I'm hunting for one of those. With Alphaba,
I got my daughter the Funko Pops for how do you say her name? Alphaba? Alphaba, and the Glinda Funko Pops.
Glinda.
I did something completely. I did go to the movies. I saw Nosferatu.
How was that? I haven't seen that yet.
Nosferatu was pretty good for what it was. It's kind of like an alternative version of Dracula. The Count's name is Orlok, and that kind of thing. But it was a pretty good movie. I enjoyed it for what it was. I'm trying to think, did I see anything else besides that? No, I think that was it. I hadn't seen Wicked yet. I'll wait till they get to the streaming service, and then I can cut it on and cut it off when I feel like it.
It's on streaming now. I just found out yesterday. It's on streaming now.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Who's it streaming through?
Prime. You can rent it.
I gotta wait for at least a month. So because to rent it's probably like $20, but in about a month it'll be $5.99, $4.99.
Or if you wait 6 months, it'll be free $99.
That part. That part right there. But I did get Black Panther omnibus, the early years omnibus. I gifted that for myself. And that kind of was it. I posted up a hoodie on Facebook today as well. That was another gift to myself. But other than that,
oh, that was nice.
That's a nice hoodie. I thought you were gonna wear it on the show tonight.
No, it's a little warm. I got the heater going in here, so now I'm not gonna sweat for 2 hours.
We have our first super chat for 2025.
Oh, thank you,
our man,
Jeffrey Thorne.
Jeffrey Thorne. I would.
What's going on, Jeff?
Video, but
Happy New Year.
The producer duties. So give me a second. How do you do this? All right, here we go. Thank you. Appreciate you very much, sir, Jeffrey Thorne. All the best in 2025. Keep that X force going strong, and I'm looking forward to whatever new projects. He has a new project coming out. I can't remember what it is. I would have sworn he has a new project coming out. I don't know. Well, whatever it is.
Bring him on the show, talk about it.
Bring you on the show and talk about it.
So,
all right, let's say what's up to the people in the chat. We got AJL 297702. Greetings and a happy new year to you. Pericles Dragon Balls in the house on time. Everything. Robert Monroe, happy new year to you too, sir. Smooth approach, happy new year. Appreciate it. Boy Amir, happy new year to you, sir. Appreciate you.
Did Derek call out already? Yep, of course.
See if God will. Happy new year to James Staton. Louisiana King, happy new year to you too. Angel Perry saying happy new year to everybody. L Dog. And Amir saying we are going to rent Wicked on Amazon next weekend. It was a good film, man. You're going to enjoy it.
It was really good.
Marwan Williams, good evening. Richard Wright sending out a special happy new year to y'all. Jeffrey saying shh on the new. Apparently, I wasn't supposed to mention the new project.
Look at you.
NBA.
Look at you.
NBA. All right. Well, sometimes we get information we're not supposed to share. So, did Derek call out? All right. Shout out to my man Derek, our producer extraordinaire. I give him a lot of crap unnecessarily. He's like my little brother or something. He's just, I love the guy to death. Black Comic Lords had a lot of success in 2024, in large part, huge part, because of Derek. Man does not get enough accolades or recognition for all that he does for us. He's under the weather. He's been fighting this. I don't know what he's got. He's got some type of bug that's been ailing him for the last few weeks. He's been soldiering through. He almost made it tonight, but he just needs to get his rest. So everyone give a big shout out to our super producer, Derek, and wish him well in 2025. Hope you feel better soon, brother. All right. So happy New Year, Bobby V and Funk Dini. We'll go on, General. Happy New Year. Bless up, brethren. Bless up. All good things, man. All right.
So we just greeted the whole chat, right? So we didn't do this when we came in. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you have not, please share the video. Tell a friend, tell a hater. We're trying to double our hater, equity in this spot. So we got a few, but we need a few more haters. You know what I'm saying? So, but what we want to do is, with the calendar flipping or whatever, also we want to celebrate. We hit a milestone, 4,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. So, shout out to all of you guys who have subscribed to our channel for good reasons and for bad reasons. I know everybody that subscribed to us is not here because they like us. A lot of them did just check in to see what is he going to say this week about this. But let me just say this let me hold on, Paul. Let me just say this going into the 2025 year campaign.
This how we starting off 2025. This how we gonna start off.
This how we starting. So first of all, let me just say that I am calling for peace in the whole comic book community. That is the melanated challenged and the somewhat melanated challenge and the dark skinned melanated challenge. We don't want no smoke this year. We're not doing that because I'm gonna tell you why. Because we're at a point, Black Comic Lords is at a point, and I'm just gonna be transparent. I have to submit myself under my man P Dub's authority. He is the CEO. Because half the time I want to be petty. And the things that go through these 2 ears, the things that I want to do and say, you guys really listen. You think Rich needs disclaimers? You should see what's off screen, because that's the real tea. But I'm just gonna say this: we're not doing no drama this year. Anybody got their name in our mouth or halfway got our name in our mouth or whatever, God bless you. I hope you do well. So that struggle life is hard, I know. That struggle life is hard, I know. You know what I'm saying? Just keep watching and we'll keep shining. Just keep hating and we'll keep congratulating. Just keep doing what you do. Because we're going to do what we're going to do, and that means we're going to raise the bar. In fact, I'm going to be perfectly honest. I am looking forward to killing a whole lot of content creators with kindness. With kindness. 2025 is going to be a year of kindness. Kindness. I believe that we should be kind. You know, when we used to, back in the day, Paul, we used to go to Blockbuster, right? And we rent a video on a Friday night or whatever. And on the video, it would say, please be kind and rewind. Well, we can't rewind anymore. We're going to have to leave some of y'all back where y'all at. maybe, you know, that call to that therapist or that priest, you might just want to go on and do it, because we're going to mind our business. We're going to sip our tea. We're going to drink plenty of water. We're going to lose weight. We're going to put some shea butter on our faces. And we're going to continue to do what we do. Talk about these books and all the shenanigans that go on that's called Marvel Comics and DC Comics. That's all we doing. We just want peace. We want no drama. We leaving all the drama, all the foolishness in 2024. And so please, 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 do not direct message us and ask us or start your statement with, did you hear? Because chances are we have, but we don't want to. But we don't want to hear.
The better question is, do we care? Do we?
Yeah, that part.
That's it right there.
That part. We don't care. So we're going to go into a clean slate, like a fresh blanket of snow. Y'all stay over there. We're gonna stay right over here.
You know they're not staying where they at. We too attractive.
Well, they can watch. You know what I'm saying? They can watch it shine.
They gotta come close.
You know what I'm saying? They can watch it shine. You know what I'm saying?
It's amazing how people can say how much they dislike you or hate you, you're doing things the wrong way, and they just can't seem to keep our names out their mouth for some reason. But it is what it is.
Well, you know what? That's okay. I like, Paul, that we contribute to some people's life. I like living rent free in some people's head.
It's nice to know we occupy so much headspace in some people's head.
Rent free.
It's, you know, we just some squatters. We don't bathe. We just throw pizza parties. We leave candles and cans and cigar butts in the corner. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Well, let's leave all the negativity back in 2024 because we got too much things to do, and we lost.
That's right. James Staten.
Well, I have to be nice to Storm/Wolverine supporters. I'm the wrong cat to ask that question.
Yeah, don't ask me because I don't believe in being nice. That's not my word.
Because I my feelings on those two as a pairing is well known and well documented. So, do you, bro? You won't get any static from me. Staying moisturized in 2025, unlike them. She hates. Like that. We're gonna stock up on the cocoa butter out here.
Yes.
He's back.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
See, somebody must have reported me. It's what happened when you were squatting.
Wow.
When you were squatting.
They pulling the plug. That's what happened. The free Wi-Fi turned off.
You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But yo, man, let me tell you something. I am happy to see 2025. We lost a lot of people this year, or last year, I should say. And man, I just really am grateful to be able to see another calendar flip because everybody didn't get to see.
No.
Shout out to everybody that is here. If you're here, celebrate, enjoy. Shout out to my man Amir. Amir got his podcast back rolling again. 1 in 100 podcast, best podcast to take a trip to work. Enjoying that. I'm glad my man is back doing what he does best. So, man, I mean, we got a lot to be thankful for, a lot to celebrate. And to Eclectic's point, we gonna stay moisturized. You know what I'm saying? Right. And we gonna take our vitamins. And we're gonna get plenty of sun. Plenty of sun. So where you want to start, Paul? We got to review the year. So, I kind of know where we want to go at the beginning of the year because it kind of slapped everybody in the face. But January.
Really? That's the part of the year I'm not.
Prophet Cat Williams had to sit down, called out a bunch of people, and man, some folk that got arrested, some folk got exposed.
That's right.
and nobody got sued.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, one of the first things they teach you in defamation cases, the greatest defense you can have to a defamation case is the truth. If it's the truth, you can't file a defamation suit. And the fact that Cat Williams called out so many people and revealed so many secrets, did anybody sue him for it?
Nope.
Can't sue somebody for something that they say is true. That's very telling.
Yep.
It's very telling.
Yep. Yo, y'all go ahead and take the conversation. I gotta take this call. I'll be right back.
All right. Go ahead and handle your business. All right. So Style So Serious Ventures Bitterroot, next movement in 2025. Let's go. Absolutely. How long have we been waiting for Bitterroot? Like 3-4 years?
It's
Seems
been
like it's been like 3 or 4 years.
I thought I saw some new panels.
Yeah, the panels they're dropping some stuff. In fact, it should be coming out, I think, pretty soon. So I think we will have something in the works to talk to those guys about that book. Stay tuned.
Yes.
Recapping 2024. To 25, the year of consequences. I don't even know, man. I don't even think that far ahead or along those lines anymore. I thought 2024 was going to be the year of consequences, starting with the election and that obviously didn't happen. So
Not enough consequences for me, but they seem to be ramping up right now.
So I'll tell you, I made a post or a couple posts, my last couple posts in Black Comic Lords over the last few days. Been very reflective at the end of the year. And BPL has been blessed. We had a really blessed year in 2024. Rich mentioned we finally hit our 4,000 subscribers. That took forever. It seemed like we'd hit that major milestone. I've been saying for the last several months, I wanted us to hit that number by the end of the year, and we squeaked right in, right to the wire. You guys waited this minute, the last day of the year, to help us reach 4,000 subscribers. So we honestly hit a lot of our personal goals for the space. A goal I've had every year was to do a big in-depth conversation with Dennis Cowan. We got to do that. We attended some cons. We had our first major presence at a con at Atlanta Comic Con in August. Unfortunately, Angel wasn't able to make it. I got to go to Schaumburg in New York at the beginning of the year. Got to check out Big Phil's exhibit, which is phenomenal, up in Pittsburgh. ODX here in Orlando, which is a big event coming up in the next few weeks.
Yeah, that's right.
Angel, you gonna go?
I think I'm scheduled to be there. I've got so many events on my calendar that it's a little crazy. But yeah, I think that one is the weekend before MegaCon, so I'm sure I'm there.
Yeah, that's a big event. So
yeah,
we the amount of interviews that we've done, the presence that we've had, the Epiphany Engine project, being a part of that was huge. Having 2 more variant covers, first with Concrete Comics, latest one with Stranger Comics. We had a lot of blessings this year, and I'm very thankful because I know that it's really all of you, really. Less our work and more your loyalty and participation in the group that matters. And I just wanted to give each and every one of you a heartfelt thank you on behalf of the squad.
We had a lot going on for sure.
There's a lot of work. I ain't gonna lie though. I ain't gonna front. It was this year burnt a few of us out.
Yeah, so that's why you're supposed to drink your water, Paul.
I'm drinking water.
Stop drinking that alcohol with Mark on Friday nights.
I'm hydrating. I'm keeping myself hydrated.
Say that, like George Clinton would say, that funk be leaning on you when you full of that oil. So a big thing that we did, and I don't know if you guys mentioned it while I was gone, but the campaign, the Kickstarter campaign for Epiphany Engine.
Yeah.
I think I'm not sure how many of us, but I do know Black Comic Lords is a executive producer or EP credits on that Kickstarter. And so basically, when everybody gets the book, Black Comic Lords is a part of that historic book. And again, I just love squatting in people's brains. See, Paul, I'm sorry, but I have to do this. So when you open your book, right, I don't like Black Comic Lords.
And you're gonna see us in there anyway.
We're gonna be right there when you open the book. I hate her.
What's worse is we don't like Black Comic Lords. They're not really for the culture. They don't even read comic books. I'm like,
what?
We don't read comic books.
Wait, what? Like
No, we don't read them.
everywhere in my house is something comic books. What?
We don't read comic books. We're so
We
smart.
don't
What? What? What?
Got all my indies that I reading, and it's I don't. The crazy
It's
stuff.
okay though. It's okay though. It's okay. We recognize that, you know, everybody is not our cup of tea, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But seriously, you know, again, I wish everybody well in this space that do what we do. You know, but don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. We know who we are. We're the Black Comic Lords. And if you
along those lines, just so we're clear, I am not a perfect person.
No.
By any stretch of the imagination. My wife will be happy to co-sign on that. Repeatedly. All right. I have a lot of faults. BCL is not perfect as a space. It is a work in project towards perfection. It's about the journey. It's not about being perfect, but it's about making the journey and trying to doing our best to contribute to the culture. Okay. So there are a lot of things that I personally can and should be criticized for. And there are a lot of things that BCL can and probably should be criticized for.
Yeah.
That being said, you don't gotta make up stuff to criticize us. If you're gonna damn us for what we really are. Don't make up stuff because some of it just sounds silly.
It's cool though, you know. But again, we got so much work to do. We've done some stuff. Shout out to everybody that was with us when Atlantic Comic Con. Had a blast there. Got a chance to meet some legends while we were there.
Yeah,
shout out to Jerome Flood, our guy over at Blurred Core, for putting on an amazing con. Him and I'm missing his partner, Ray Byrne. Had a fabulous time there, man, and looking forward to going back in 2025. So, since we're a comic book space, Paul,
yeah,
and you know, we don't talk about comics, so we got Black and we got Lord in our name. If for some reason comics,
that's the
comics
rub. It's the
lost,
Lord.
Comics gets lost in the translation. Let's talk books that came out this year, bro.
Okay.
Black superhero love is something that we want to see. And, you know, I know the shenanigans of what happened with Storm issue number 3 is fresh in everybody's mind, but I would remind you that Marvel is not the only game in town, that there are other properties that are trying to do stories around Black superhero love. Is it Storm and T'Challa? No.
Should be.
But it does worth mentioning and saluting. Shout out to my man, Tony Cottrell over at Advent Comics for putting out Soulmate, this one shot, which is a superhero story, love story.
Yep.
That he did. That came out this year, okay? Well, not this year, but last year, 2024. Not only him, want to shout out Freestyle Comics for putting out Hot Shot.
Mm-hmm.
The superhero story, love story in that as well. So there's some Black superhero love out there. May have to dig for it, may have to look around for it, whatever, but there's some stories. And of course, we don't want to forget Miles Morales and Stark. If you need some Marvel representation with it. You need some DC stuff, just look at Mal Duncan and Karen Beecher, the Bumblebee. Okay, so what I'm getting at is that we did get some Black superhero love. Will we like it on a greater scale with Storm and T'Challa? Absolutely. But there's books out here. There's writers and creators out here that are trying to fill that void, because it is a void. We need more of that. You know what I'm saying? We need more representation in that regard. But at the same time, I am past asking Marvel and DC to do something for me that I know that there are Black men and Black women out here doing that, trying to make that happen. So I'm gonna put my bread and tip my hat to the guys that are doing it. So shout out to Freestyle Comics, shout out to Advent Comics for just giving us some of that. And as far as DC goes, the end of the year, you know what I'm saying? This 2024 wrapped up real strong in terms of comics.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
And so, you know, after campaigning and painstakingly asking DC, where's my man? Where's my man? Black Lightning gets a book at the end of the year. So shout out to Brandon Thomas for giving us a Black superhero family in comics. And so I cannot wait till we bring Brandon back. Because issue 3, he's the business. It's the business, y'all. So shout out to them. Other thing we want to talk about too, Paul, and I'm going to hand the mic back to you after I finish, get off my soapbox. Paul interviewed Mwere, who happened to bring in Tom Brevoort for a conversation/interview. Paul brought up MD Bright. And we got some not flattering news as to what they thought about MD Bright. And we were kind of disappointed, but it was kind of like, cool. All right, y'all don't want to do it, I'm going to do it. So part of my reasoning for putting Bright on my shirt, on my hoodie that I wore on Facebook today was to salute him and say, well, you know what, if y'all not going to do it, I'm going to do it myself. Mm-hmm. We did a show earlier this year talking about the art of MD Bright.
Yes, sir.
And some of the things that MD Bright did. Like, for example, this book here, this Avengers 224. This is MD Bright's first credited work at Marvel. Okay. He worked on this book, DC book, early on. Ghosts, issue 100. He has art in this book as well. He's also, let's see, I think I brought it with me. I don't know if I have it. I think I do. Yes, this one here. This is his first DC work, 1982. House of Mystery, issue 257. MD Bright. So, if nothing else, we as Black comic lords, the squad, can give MD Bright the nod that he is one of the GOATs, the nod that he is one of the best to ever do it, the nod that he's one of the Black creators who opened the doors for cats like Olivia Coppell and others, Nicholas Draper Ivy. You know, there's so many talented Black artists out here doing work for Marvel and DC. And MD Bright is somebody that helped open the door for them to be able to do what they do. So salute to him. And so, yo, that's all I got as far as that goes, Paul. So my feelings right now.
No, I feel you, man. Like MD Bright is I had in my head like a list of creators that are my go-to box, my what do you call it? Your bucket list of creators that you'd like to have on the show. MD Bright was on that list. He's top 3 on the list. One of those just got knocked off the list this year with Dennis Count. That's the high regard that I have for that man as a legend in this game. His impact on comics, his impact on me personally in comics, his run in Iron Man is what got me to collect Iron Man. You know, and I was a follower of his artwork wherever he would go. When he worked for Milestone, he's actually credited as being one of the co-creators. Actually, I think he has co-creator credit when it comes to Icon. as well for Milestone. And the fact that he has gotten such little recognition is really a shame. Marvel has not. We've been trolling Marvel left and right about when are you going to throw some recognition, with no response whatsoever. I appreciate the fact that Tom Brevoort was willing to give us a response, come on the show and give us a response on that, because he didn't have to do that. He's Tom Brevoort. There's absolutely no reason for him to come and talk to us about that, and he agreed to. And he gave his honest answer. We may not like the answer,
right,
but it was an honest answer, and I appreciate honesty more than anything else. But it goes back to what Richard was saying before. For us, by us, right? I'm getting to the point where I'm less and less inclined to go begging with the hands outstretched to the big two, saying, "Give me more of what I want because I want it."
Super chat.
Or it's necessary.
Mm.
And they're not the only bag in the game anymore.
Nope, not even
close. Like the amount of independent books and creators and publishers and creators that look like us and have things from more of our perspectives is 100-fold more than what it was when I was a kid. So there are options out there now.
Yes.
And so I'm just getting less and less inclined to complain about that stuff and just go read the stuff that I want to see where I want to see it. That's
absolutely
philosophy.
Absolutely. So
we did
get a super chat.
Thank you, Port and Marvel creators have a history of being very disrespectful to veteran older creators like Starlin, Byrne, Gerber, and Shooter. Well, you've been around in the game long enough. I'm sure you stepped on somebody's toes. Everybody stepped on everybody's toes. It just goes on being a veteran.
You go with the territory. It's really a shame. Run the super chat, Paul. We get back to this.
Look, I gotta find this super chat. This isn't my job. This is not my
you
job.
supposed to have all the hats.
Mo Big with a super chat. We can hit him with a double, Paul. So
Show me the money! I need to feel you, Jerry! Show me the money! Jerry, you better yell! Show me the money! I love black people!
So that's
Bo Big too. Bo Big
hit us with a super chat.
All right. I got you too, Bo Big. Thank you, Bo Big. All right.
So hold on, Paul. So your guy, T'Challa. What would black comic book fandom be without some controversy? Especially around T'Challa. T'Challa don't look for drama. He don't look for trouble, but it's for whatever reason, it finds him. And so the scandal of 2024 is, you said, Chimana say, uh-oh. No, this is cool. But the scandal of 12,000 Ultimate Black Panther comics missing. So
choose your next words very carefully, OG.
All I'm saying is, listen, I Dakota Bass, Recast T'Challa, Council of Wakanda, all you radical, hardcore Black Panther fans.
You say that
I just got one question. Where them books at? Y'all been sitting on the books for a whole year. Y'all recruited the Hutu Zarazi. Y'all recruited the Hutu Zarazi to kidnap the truck, and we ain't seen no books since.
Well, we
I'm
got
just
plenty
saying.
of I was talking about. We got
Love
books,
that.
books out here. Books
You,
in here,
you,
boy.
ain't- you sure you ain't got a long box full of Ultimate Black Panther #1s?
A whole long box full.
So,
We,
so
we said we weren't going to talk about that.
let me show you the hypocrisy of the comic book fandom in general. Okay, first appearance, I think it is Ultimate Spider-Man. The preview with the Ultimate Spider-Man cover, that's a spec. Those books were going for a little dough on eBay at one point. Well, here's the first appearance of Ultimate Black Panther. I can't even get this away free. So, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with these books that just disappeared. I ain't never seen nobody just kind of. I mean, it was in the news a minute, and then all of a sudden, anybody talking about it. So, are we gonna really act like 12,000 Ultimate Black Panther books?
I think you're asking questions that I'm not prepared to answer at this time.
Yeah.
So moving on, Marwan Williams, super chat, thank
Thank you.
you. Bomb
Appreciate you, Moan. JT said I got 2 of them. Say, are you guys driving to Compton and selling them out the trunk of y'all cars? What y'all doing with these books, bro? But I bring up Ultimate Black Panther because Louisiana Kid said something in the chat a little bit earlier saying he thought that the book had fallen off. I think the book has gotten better. Honestly, I'm looking forward to reading the next issue.
Really?
But it is probably the best ongoing title, in my humble opinion, ongoing title right now. Other than okay, I got you, Paul. Other than X-Force by Jeffrey Thorne, I think those 2 books, for as Marvel is concerned, are the best books that are out as far as our books are concerned.
Miles Morales. Miles,
here's the thing. You know, the T'Challa's and the next couple of issues are great. And of course, we're getting ready to get this crossover. Shout out to my man Amir talked about this. He talked about Miles Morales having to deal with, or Cody Ziegler rather, having to deal with these crossover events and how he's been able to kind of seamlessly, keep things flowing, so to speak. And it's been good, so shout out to Cody Ziegler in that regard. So I am enjoying Miles Morales right now. And it's interesting. I'm looking forward to the next issue. I think, did issue 28 come out today?
I don't know if it came out today because it's a holiday.
Yeah.
Okay, so another book came out today. We hadn't talked about any of the books, but Herschel, the troll, he who trolls.
Before you do that, we have a guest pop up.
Who?
Phill. Happy New Year.
Really, man. This dude, really, man. This dude, really, this dude, you know what I'm saying? This dude here. Hey, man, ain't you spinning the wheel somewhere, man? Ain't Pittsburgh got a game tonight or something? Ain't you late for a mixer? If you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man DJ Big Phill, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh,
wow.
PA finest.
Hey, listen, I'm listening to Rich, man. Rich, you cutting up all night, man. I'm over in tears, man. I'm over here crying listening to this, man. You are on one today. He must have got some real champagne last night.
I'm chilling.
What's in that cup? Is that a double cup?
Oh no! Oh no! You know I'm from the land of the Texas tea, but now we don't do that no more. That's way back in the day. We don't do that no more. We don't do that no more.
Hey, I'm just a fly on the wall, man. I'm just observing and listening, man. Y'all have me crack, man. Rich, you're out of control today, man. This is. I was so tickled watching this, man. I'm gonna be quiet.
I appreciate you. But here's the thing. Check this out. So,
but it's real.
Everybody knows my man here. If you don't know, this is the guy who is responsible for the Collections in Black exhibit that's going on right now at the August Wilson in Pittsburgh. DJ Big Phill is one of Pittsburgh's finest DJs. He does a little bit of everything. But on top of all of the stuff that he does, he's a comic head, and he's one of the hardcore. I have a name for these guys, a savant collector, and that's what this guy is, a savant collector. He, some people collect like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, this is about as hardcore as I get. I get a stranger comics, of variant or something, and I think I'm doing something. No, this guy here, he don't want that. He want the original pieces. He want inks. He want sketches. He want thumbprints. He want coffee stains. He want the actual paperwork that these guys draw on or whatever. This guy here is amazing, and I'm happy to be to just know him as a friend and as a fellow, comic head. I salute you, brother. I want to always be able to give you your flowers when I see you, because you went from having a conversation about what we ought to do or ideas, and you by the grace of God manifested that, and you know what I'm saying, now people all over the world are going to be able to experience the vision that you have. So props to you, my brother. You know what I'm saying?
This show we're on right now, the Wednesday wrap-up show, was actually Big Phil's idea. He said, y'all just need to go on and don't talk, just be yourselves and talk.
Yeah.
This was his exact idea.
And you know what? I feel like that's where I love all the spot pieces, but I feel like when Rich gets into his bag and he's just talking, they go Casual jumped in. Don't start. Don't start. When I see Rich get in his bag, Angel starts smiling, Paul starts talking that fake Wakandan accent, man, then it turns into something else.
Oh my God.
But I want to say something like on some real stuff, man. I want to give Rich some props, man. I had to hit Rich up. Rich did his show not too long ago, and he said some really kind words about me or whatever. And I hit him up after the show. I wasn't even on the show. I was just watching, and I had to hit him up personally and told him that I appreciated how much it meant. And I feel like a lot of times as men, we don't do that enough. You know what I'm saying? And I'm the type of person. I mean, I do that, and I know y'all guys do that. But I just feel like I just wanted to let our audience knows that our relationship goes beyond comics. We talk about life stuff. A lot of times when the broadcast goes off, if Rich ain't sleepy, we'll keep on talking, and it goes into some real life stuff. And even when Paul came into Pittsburgh to come see the collection, he kicked it with me and my family. We kicked it hard. Listen, I had a blowout on the Parkway, dog. My tire went out on me, cuz it was like.
See, I wasn't gonna put you on blast like that and talk about that.
Hey, listen, it was like a whole adventure, but I got blessed where we went to the hood and I got a brand new tire for like $50, and the tow truck sister, she was like, "Man, come get my car. I'm gonna take y'all out to go get these tires."
Yeah.
So, but it was just, and the thing is, he came in, fit right in, kicked it with me and my guys. We watched us beat on the Ravens. Obviously not last when we got beat on, but when we beat the Ravens, and we went around different spots and introduced him to everybody, and it was just, it was just love. I mean, he was there for the exhibit, but it was more about the personal collection. We finally getting a chance and just kick it and just be men. And that meant something, man. Hopefully, Angel, when I see you in January, we're gonna be able to do the same thing. Hey, I'm gonna see y'all. We're all gonna be together in a couple of weeks.
Yep, that's right.
That's real. We all gonna be together. I got I got Casper on here, so we might as well put him on blast. Casper got y'all passes ready. So, oh yeah, we going in Florida. So I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna let y'all finish y'all thing. I apologize for taking so much time.
No, you good, bro. I will ask you this.
Yes, sir.
So you and we got to keep this comics, Phil. We got to keep this comics, because No,
Okay.
full talk. Because if I ask you, because if I ask, what was your biggest acquiring this year? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get,
Okay.
no, please don't hit us with the Joe Lewis. That's not fair. That's literally
That
like,
is. Why isn't that fair?
no,
That is
bro,
fair.
that's not fair. That's not fair. You know what I'm saying?
Let me moisturize. Let me
Let
moisturize.
me set it up. Let me set it up for you. So, okay, I have one of my prize comics books is Joe Lewis, Champion of Champions. I got
Right.
that book, 1940, original copy of it, right? Okay, you know what I'm saying? I feel pretty good about myself
Yes, sir.
until you pull out the doggone original.
I know where you go with it.
All pages. All pages.
On pages. See, so I'm gonna tell you what this is. I'm gonna tell you what it's like. Okay, let's say, Paul, go to, now everybody can relate to this. If you're a sneakerhead, you definitely can relate to this. Okay, say like you go, you know what I'm saying, you go shopping with your mommy, you ask your mom to buy you some Air Force Ones, right?
Right.
And you got the snow white, you got the ice white Air Force Ones. All right.
Right.
And then here come you feeling pretty good about yourself. And then here come Phill with the limited edition, only 2,000 in the whole earth.
And they're numbered and signed.
And they're numbered and signed. And you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I walk up, kicking up my leg, trying to see these, you see these, and you're like, oh, those are nice. But you ain't got these though.
I'll do you one better. So as Phill mentioned, I go to Pittsburgh last month to go check out collections in black. And the Joe Lewis part is right on the first wall when you walk in. And he's like pointing out, he's like, look at that. I'm like, why does that look like why does that look like an original? He's like, because it is, fool.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, how'd you get all the pages? He's like, I got it, And then not more than 10 minutes later, who walks in? Who walks in unexpectedly?
Yeah.
Joe Lewis's great grandnephew.
No.
Yeah, it's real, and it's on film. I got it on film with us. We're in there, and his nephew walks in with the family, and that is on the special Paul edition that's coming out. They come in and we're talking about the piece, and I think Joe Lewis's brother was still alive, and it was like, man, he would love to see this, and so we exchanged numbers and everything else.
His own family didn't know about this.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
They didn't know it existed.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And then you gotta look at it like this too. This did happen back in 1941. So it could have been a situation where they knew about it back then, but things happen. We can't remember what happens 20 years ago. And Joe Lewis has done so much.
Yeah, but see, what I love about that though is Paul, Phill, we say things like, "I'm doing this for the culture."
For sure.
We use that language, right?
Yes, sir.
But that's a moment.
Yes, sir.
When that really was for.
Yes, sir.
Culture, because the fact that for just out of the blue, for his family to just kind of go in there and see that.
Yes, sir.
To remind them of who they are, what their legacy is, that kind of thing. Right. That's a culture moment. That's you can't buy that, bro.
Yes, sir. And and it's humbling too, because it's, I'm not trying to preach today, but I feel like a lot of times God puts these moments in your life for you to realize what it really is, because that's just not happenstance. It just doesn't happen that Paul, like for instance, when Paul walks in, me and him walk in, is when there was a couple that was sitting there with their son. I think the son was autistic, and the dude just broke down how much this meant to him. And then the woman said about how the exhibit was loud yet quiet. It was real deep and it was real sentimental. And Joe Lewis's family was just in there with me talking. And it's funny because we're just sitting there and we're setting up stuff. and they're sitting there looking. So I'm in there, and I introduced myself, and we started talking. He was like, "Man, yo, this is such and such," and then he's like, "Yeah, I'm Joe Lewis. It's like great nephew." And I'm like, "Whoa!" And we just start having this conversation, and there's a such thing as right place and right time.
Yes, sir.
But God also aligns us to be in the right place in the right time, and you have to be prepared for that moment, so that you don't waste that particular point in time. And I'm very humble. I talk my stuff. I'm gonna talk. I talk stuff. I make little jokes. I'm allowed to. I've earned that. But I'm very humble when it comes to the culture. Because telling our stories is paramount and it's important. And it's just, if not me, then who? And that's how I look at it. And
That's right.
it's just and I don't want to keep talking, but I just my exhibit is done on the 12th. We're having a closing on the 16th, and then literally a week later, I'll be at OAX. Now, the funny thing about OAX was I went to OAX last year just on a whim. I went there just on a whim because my man was DJing in Miami. So I'm like, I'm gonna go to OAX too. We're gonna make this pop. We go there. I had a 3-day pass. Only went for 1 day. I gave my other joint to Paul, and Bill and Catherine always get on me because I wasn't supposed to do that, and I apologize. But that was a real black moment. That's what we do.
Yeah.
It's like that one right there. It's like when you tell you go out to eat with the kid, and your kid's 15. You say, "Hey, listen, you only 12. You only 12." But for me to go and just to be there 1 day, and I posted a video about it, and Casual hit me up out the blue, and we just start chit-chatting about different things. And now I'm gonna have a whole gallery at the original art expo of collections in black, of all just black. And I'm talking the stuff that I'm having is, when I say my exhibit's crazy, and we're gonna take that on the road, but the pieces that I'm going to have in this gallery are just some of the most phenomenal, most recognizable black original comic art pieces. And if you're in the Florida area, I hope you can make it. And just to be a part of that, that's how everything works. And then you look at how that's when me and Paul first met. Was it the first time we met? Paul was there?
Yeah.
And then we wound up at Schaumburg, and he came where I'm at, and that we're going back full circle. And it's like, I feel like, just keeping them 100, I feel like, God placed every piece, and all I did was just, I tried to answer the call as best as I can. And,
I think you did that, bro. I mean, I think that that's a given. You did your thing, and you put a brick in the foundation. So, I think, but it's nowhere else to go but up, bro. I mean, it's, that's the thing, you can't one off that. You got to top it. So
yeah.
Run, young man, run. Yeah, but what I wanted to ask you though was, I know you don't really get a chance to talk comics or whatever. So I wanted to ask you this year.
Yes, sir.
What did you read this year that you really, really enjoyed?
So my favorite book this year has been this book.
Well, that's right. I forgot who this. Top. Listen, here's the thing. See. I told you this ain't fair. Why'd you bring this guy on? He not only did that, but he also became a grandfather. So shout out to Pop Pop.
Yes, sir. I just showed that just for us out there, because little golden books are the books that we all read as little kids.
Absolutely.
They did
I actually still have some of my little golden books when I was a kid.
It's crazy. So I think that so the books. Let me see, what did I read that I liked? So it's I have a stack of comics that I still have to read, but I will say this. I really like Popeye. I know that sounds crazy. I know that's kind of out there in left field. I really like Popeye.
I love Popeye.
with the Marcus. I love that Marcus is on there. And then we got the black character that's on there, who was there from the very beginning. You know what I mean? People don't know he has a history for years.
Yeah.
And you know what book I really like, and I'm trying to get some of the original art from Assad when if I can, is Aliens verse. Is it Aliens versus Avengers?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's Todd
That's
Ribbick's
good.
work.
Man, that book had me in a chokehold when T'Challa and them when they all came out to fight the aliens, et cetera, and just
Yeah.
I liked it from the storytelling aspect because the fact that I forget who's writing the book, and it's somebody who I should know. Is it Hickman?
It's Hickman.
Yeah, John Hickman.
The fact that he sat there and he referenced almost all the alien movies and showed respect to the alien movies and tied I'm an alien. That's crazy because I got the alien right here. The fact that he tied all that in, and it just makes sense with the Avengers and the way that it works. Like for me, like when I was reading it, I forgot that I read a comic book. A lot of times when I'm reading comics, you realize that you're reading comics. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm trying to think. I've been buying so many books, so it's just. But I will say, like the Pawpaw book was a book that I was really, really eager to read. And I did get some original art from Marcus too this year. He did a really dope Storm piece for me. And the Aliens versus Predator. There's other ones though.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
There's
Cool.
a bunch. There's
What
more.
about you, Paul? Just I know you read a gazillion comics, but can you number it down like maybe one or two that just kind of stood out for you?
Damn, man.
I know.
You understand how many comics already?
I'm just saying I'm talking about like the top books or the best books. What really just stood out to you? While he's thinking about that, what about you, Angel? What you think was your favorite book that you read this year?
Top books this year.
Well, I mean, that's hard because I also have books I actually helped create it this year. My names are on thousands of books.
Talk your stuff on the low. You see the way she did that? Yeah, I ain't read too many because I was creating books. Okay.
Well, I do logistics. You know that.
No, let's go. Let's talk. So what's one of your favorite logistic books are there?
Is that a conflict?
Let me just. I'll say mine, and y'all can.
Okay, okay. You do that. You go first.
The first book that comes to mind that really fired me up. The first book that comes to mind was the Black Panther Blood Hunt series by Sherilyn Eaton and Karami, because that was, as you always make fun of me for being a T'Challa fan and stuff, but because we were starving so much in the Black Panther fan community for decent material with T'Challa in it, because he's been de-emphasized by Marvel over the last few years. Because that story was so hardcore, classic T'Challa with his swag, and being honored and blessed to be able to interview her about that book and see where her head was at, and have her say, I need my man to have his swag back. T'Challa is him. That just, man, I literally,
it was dope. It was dope. She did her thing on that book.
She did her thing on that book, and she knows her stuff. She expanded the Wakandan universe by talking about the history, by actually tying together how the gods were set up in Wakanda. Gave plenty of action scenes that were fire. Gave him a love interest scene, which we haven't seen for T'Challa in God knows how long. It was everything, and it happened at the right time. So for me personally, I talk about that book, that 3-issue run to this day, because it was so well done, and so the timing of it was perfect. Perfect.
So I got you. Okay. What about you, Angel? What you got?
Okay, so this would be the safest for me to to promote. If y'all don't have it, Stranger Comics.
Ooh,
I
nice.
have to give a shout out to one of my favorite creators, Seb.
Sebastian.
His whole line
Good
of
brother.
comics
Good brother.
are in celebration of Black women.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
there's not enough. And because,
How do you have that? Wait, pause. How does he have that cover? Well, I don't have that cover yet.
So you guys don't know, but I've been following Stranger Comics since, I want to say 2014. It's been years. I actually was going back in my photos when I was messaging Seb. I said, the first time I came across your comic books, look at this picture. And I sent it to him.
Mhm.
You guys were in an event in California, and like nobody knew really who they were.
Right.
But these stories, these comic books, the homages, the artwork is incredible. I mean, he's got medals, he's got versions. Like, this is a medal. This is sick. Like,
Yeah,
I just
it is.
every
But you know
time
what? Here's the
there's a
thing
new
about here's the thing about Sebastian that I love, but I also wrestle with. And this is no diss to him or whatever, but I just think that his covers are so amazing that you're literally gripped by the covers.
Yeah.
But the reason why I bring that up is because the real magic is in the story.
He is a poet.
This storytelling,
his writing
is amazing.
Yes,
But
absolutely phenomenal.
It gets overshadowed by these dope covers,
right,
that he does, and it's like, okay, yeah, but did y'all read the story? Because the story is just as amazing as that art. And so, and I almost kind of wish that. And of course, I know that they're going to eventually get it to big screen, and everybody will get to see what we're talking about. Aesthetically, his stuff is stellar. I can't front on it, but that is real stuff. Is real strength, in my opinion. And because I'm a poet and I love poetry,
his storytelling,
his stuff is poetic, and his storytelling is amazing.
It just grabs your soul, and it feeds it. It's like you've been starved all this time, and finally you got a plate of food.
Well, we have someone else we can ask what their favorite comic was.
What up?
Hey!
Are you in your garage? Where are you?
I'm in my garage, bro. But I haven't got kicked out of my house yet, so I'm good.
Please don't
I'm
get
just
kicked
in
out
here
of the garage.
working. I'm in here. I'm about to. I get off this. I got a workout to do. 2025, new me, new you, new everybody. Trying to get it together, man.
Man,
So-
did you just really say you got a workout to do, man? On the first January 1st. Come on, cuz.
I started on Monday.
Okay.
On Monday, I gotta get this weight down. I gotta get as slim as you.
Dude, I done got big, cuz. So I the big Phill for real now, cuz. Drinking my water, man.
Going on, Death Rocker. I see you, bro. Peace, Rich. We lost also the Steelers. Yeah, Steelers Nation, y'all gonna be all right. Here's the thing. Now, I will say this: I love the Steelers. I love Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin is one of the dopest coaches in the NFL. But Steeler football teams, for whatever reason, they always fall off at the end of the year.
Yeah.
I don't know whether
Not
they just
always.
get taxed. No. Let's be honest. This is the guy who has never had had a losing season, and they won't have a losing season this year. However, the teams, they play very, very hard, and I can't front. That division, AFC North, is killer.
The hardest division there is. I'm sorry.
And so I can't be mad if them dudes is tired, them dudes is hurt, because having to play the Ravens twice a year. And then that's bro. You have to have your lunch when you play them dudes.
The Bengals twice a year.
Imagine-
Twice a year.
Imagine playing running back 10 years ago in that division. with Ray Lewis, all those demons they had on the Steelers team. Bro, you had to be built different.
That was not
You had to
fair.
be built different.
Yeah, it's not fair. So
I'm gonna be quiet because you know I'm in Pittsburgh and we serious.
I know. He got the terrible towel somewhere I know close by. Herschel, so you read a lot of comic books, right? And so I asked him 2020.
Do I?
No. Everybody gets in trouble when I ask Herschel a question. It's gonna be fine. My question to you is this: what story did you read this year, if you can recall, that you really enjoyed that just stood out for you in 2024?
Okay, you said this year, and then you said 2024.
I mean, you get what I'm saying.
Oh my God.
I got to be difficult. I have to be difficult. 2024. What was controversial? Whatever was controversial, whatever shattered people's thought process on what they thought, it was probably my favorite comic. But that's the funny thing though. Why does that take it for me to get some type of enjoyment? Maybe because a lot of these comics just head in the same direction. It's super. You just expect. You know what to expect when you turn the page. So I'm looking. I need something that's going to distort and break my reality.
Now, who said who day? Let me stop. That's one of them Cincinnati dudes. I'm sorry. I
will say this. I can't think of one. I'm not gonna sit here and go all night. But I will say this. I hope for the sake of the entire community that at least 50% of what's coming down the pipe, movie-wise, helps throw some more coal in this train so we can get. Because look, we need these movies to pick up so that some of these books and this energy and the noise around some of these books can pick up. I will say though, the book that got me going the most, and I'm not a super fan of the series, is Ultimate Black Panther #1 because they kicked off by losing allegedly a bunch of their books. So that's like that book.
12,057 to be
12,057. See, Paul, remember, so you know Paul's a real, but because there's probably like 5 guys on the planet right now that have that memorized. How many books was lost? So you know he's real.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's the only book that, and I picked up that Jon Stewart action figure cover. I know Lothar came back out in the comic book. I tried to get into that story, but I don't. The writing was crazy. Storm, Storm issue #3 disturbed a lot of people, I guess, who've never read comic books until the last 2 years, because Wolverine and Storm is apparently a new thing, and we're going to see where that goes. But that's got the streets talking. Maybe good reasons, bad. I'm not going to get into that, but it's got us talking.
One of the things I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Herschel.
Go ahead.
I was just looking at the chat, and one of the things I love about this space, one of the things that we've been trying to cultivate here at Black Comic Lord, is having a nexus. What is Joe Illich says? Black Comic Lord is the nexus of Black comic book realities, or something poetic like that I can't say. But I love the fact that we have this space where fans and creators just come together because we love this hobby. We love this art form. We love this experience of comics, right? With these Black creators, have you. So we have like Smooth Approach makes this comment. Was it Smooth Approach? No, Brother Man. He says, anyone into Black horror comics?
Oh yes, sir. Yes.
And who answered? Newton Lillavois, right here, Dreamport Comics.
Yeah.
It's like, brother, you have to go no further than this space for a response that's completely on. Dopest horror comics out.
Hey, Paul, can I say something real quick, just super quick? So, one, I'm gonna get this out the way. I forgot to mention the the Black Panther, the little vampire joint, Whip the Blood Hunt. That was on my list.
The whole blood
Keisha was on my list. And when I just hit Seb up, I said, Seb, man, you gotta jump in there, man. We talking about you. That's what I did. But I just want to say, like, I did, Sebastian, when she was showing the different metals and whatever, I need for people to understand what her and Rich was saying, that his passion for this is unparalleled. I was at his house, and I was at the facility where they put all the books together, and I'm looking at this, and I'm sitting and I'm talking to him. In the middle of talking to Sebastian, I'm finding other little pieces. I'm picking up stuff like, man, I'm like, what is this? And he's like, oh yeah, that is the D&D module that we created, or this is this, or this is that. And I've never seen somebody just so invested in their piece. And if you're wondering why his comics have a certain aesthetic, because he also used to do some record label stuff as well. A lot of people don't know that. So he takes this approach, like Blue Note Records and things of that nature. So that's why the aesthetics of his comics mean so much. So like what Rich was saying, that, sometimes, and he said not in a negative way, that sometimes you could get so lost in just the covers and just the content of the covers that sometimes you may not even go inside and read the books because of just how, you're stuck on the how spectacular the books are and how they feel in the metals. Like, I never bought metal books before, and I got a metal piece. Of course, I got the black and gold metal because Steeler Nation all day, But it was just incredible. And then you got Newton. Me and Newton, I was on the phone. Me and Newton had a good conversation today. I'm not gonna go into our conversation, but me and Newton might have something coming up soon, y'all. So 2025, I'm not playing no games with nobody. I'm 2024, I accomplished everything I said I was going to do. So there's no reason why I'm not going to continue this train with 2025. And it's just all about moving the culture forward. And like the Black Comic Lords is the ESPN of the comic book world, of the comic book world, and the Black culture world.
But I gotta ask you a question that everybody has been dying to know.
Yes,
and
sir.
You've probably been asked 1,000 times. When are we gonna get this on a DVD, a VHS, something that we can watch it?
Let me ask you this: you got DVD player? You got DVD player at the house?
I will go buy one for this. I need to see it. I know you're not gonna just upload it to YouTube. I know you don't move like that, but where can we pay? It might be a paywall.
So I'm gonna tell you what's going on right now. So I'll be very honest. So I was in the process of redoing the audio. I had some audio issues with the one version that I did, and there was some issues with the drive. So I'm in a process of doing that. You know what I mean? But it's a situation where I'll put you like this. I'm going to have this one particular piece. So the first piece has Greg Barnum, Deron Flood's piece, where I have the beginning before they did Atlantic Con. So I have that. Then I had my man John Garner in VA. Then I have, this is all on the one piece that I have now. And then there's also Shauna Graham, Billy Graham. I'm at the Billy Graham Estates going through books. I'm in LA with Sebastian. I'm in LA with Sean Mortonborough. And then I'm with my man Otis. And then Paul and I'm with Still Freeze, Lashley, and other cats in Florida. So that's on the one piece. But the extended cut has like the craziest stuff in it. And I'm almost to the point where instead of me making the one director's cut, if I do the director's cut, it would be I would cut, for me to cut so much down, it's at least 4 hours. So what I'm thinking, what I'm going to do is, depending on it after this meeting, I may do a more an episodic piece. But I will say this.
This is what I said you needed to do from the beginning.
You did, sir. Thank you very much for
that.
And I'm very with you. If you give it to us all 4 hours, Wasn't the Snyder cut like 4 hours? We'll watch.
Yes.
We're gonna watch
Give us,
regardless.
yes, give us the
You
director's cut.
know what? Just go,
We gonna watch.
bro. Just do that. Break that up, bro.
I
Episodic.
got you. I got
Anybody
you.
can sit
I
down
got
for
you.
4 hours.
I got
I mean, you know what I'm
you.
saying? That's just being.
Are we
all right.
okay?
Me and
2025.
you would watch it Hershey for 4 hours, whatever. But we talking about
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
doing something like that because what you could do when you're doing an episodic type deal is you could lead up to certain things.
For sure.
And
So
you know, I just watched one of the best documentaries I watched this year. I didn't get a chance to say what my favorite book was, but I'll get back to that in a second. But one of my favorite documentaries I watched this year was Selling Superman.
yes, sir.
Have you guys
Yes,
seen
sir.
that?
Yes, sir. Amazing.
That was an amazing
I
documentary.
gotta watch that. I gotta watch it.
It's available on Amazon Prime. It's like $9, but it's like 4 episodes, and he had so much content that they had to break it up like that. He couldn't put that in a 2 hour or a 90-minute setting or whatever, because he had to deal with a lot of different things, whether it was the situation with his family, the situation with the business itself. You know, different people in the comic book community that you know helped him do the stuff. You know, there's a lot that goes to make that happen. You know what I'm saying? Like for Phill, that's a lot of sausage. You gotta break that sausage up. Everybody needs the recipe. No, I'm just saying. Pause. Let me put some pause. That's what the young people say.
Give me a
Pause.
pause. Give me a pause.
But what I'm getting at is nobody wants to see how the sausage is made. Pause.
Hey,
But
for sure.
it is what that is, and so that's why I say it probably would fare better as an episodic thing. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be successful either way. I do know that much about it. So you know,
and y'all are all. And just so you know that there is the Black comic lores play the big part in there. And I don't want you to ever think that I'm not even going to, give y'all that particular piece of recognition because, I listen to what y'all say. I watch what you do, and y'all also inspire me, to do better. But it's going to be great when y'all. And to be honest with you, here's the end. Y'all ready? You know what the great ending is? My exhibit's over with in like 2 weeks. I'm filming the ending of this. How better is it? Not better. Let me say this right. Just how poignant is it that I could end the director's cut with the exhibit ending and moving on to somewhere else? Like you see the beginnings of me talking about it, then me traveling, doing all this other stuff, and then you see it actually opening up and the reception that it's gotten, and then you see it closing, and then how it's the best Cinderella story because when I'm done, I'm going to a whole nother state in a week. Not 6 months, not a year, not like stuff's not even gonna be all the way off the wall, and I'm gonna have to take it. I gotta take it to Florida, and the Black comic lords are gonna be there with me, as part of that as well. So that's I couldn't write a better story. Only God can.
all right. So I want to give my books because I feel like I need to shout out some people.
Go ahead.
My favorite book this year has to be, and this is flying under the radar, but it has to be Boy Wonder by Junie Ba.
Yeah, I'm flat. I should have said that too. That's
That
fire.
was an amazing comic book. Junie Ba, for those who don't know, is an independent African comic writer in our space. He did Monkey Meat and done some other stuff, but I was surprised when I found out he was writing Robin for DC.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're seeing Black writers being able to touch traditionally white IPs or white characters. They let him write a 5-issue story about Robin, the different Robins. And so I thought that was amazing. It was so amazing, as a matter of fact, that it actually was up for an Eisner. The follow-up, I would say, or second place, I would say, that I really, really enjoy. It's an older book, but I didn't discover it until this past year. And that was Magus by Wise Acre. That was very, very good as well.
talking about that I've wanted in comics, it was staring me right in the face. I just hadn't read it. And then when I did read it, I was like, oh my God, why did it take me so long to read this?
Yeah.
Sitting in my read pile for God knows how long.
And that's the thing. When we talk about representation, Paul, a lot of times we be screaming for stuff that's already out there. We just don't know it's out there. We gotta go get it. We gotta pursue it. We gotta, you know what I'm saying, make the right connections. Because I'm gonna tell you how I found the book. One of the brothers hit me up behind this, hit me with a DM and said, yo, Rich, I want to send you something. I want you to read this. Tell me what you think. Send me some books. Read it. I enjoyed it, loved it. And I said to myself, man, Paul is going to love this because this is all he really talks about and wants. And so, and that's how you get dope connections and dope stories, whatever. You know, these people, there are people out there that loves the comic book community and loves writing. You know, Crescent City Monsters, going back to the horror stuff.
Yes, sir.
Incredible horror stuff. Kesha, Demon Eater, he wrote that as well. That's dope. Rodney Barnes' Philadelphia Universe. 20 Past Rigor, demons, zombies that talk.
Yeah,
sign me up for that. Sign me up for that.
Scary. Oh my gosh.
Sign me up for that. So it's a lot. Everybody. The only genre I feel like, and Phil, you can relate to this. The only genre I feel like that we have not gotten enough of is the Western stuff.
I knew you. Let's go.
Now here's the thing. David Walker wrote a story called The Hated.
Yeah.
He did it on a Kickstarter, but it was only one issue. That issue was phenomenal. Now, he supposedly, from what I understand, they're getting ready to release or do another Kickstarter campaign for Hated issue number 2. But if we could get some stories, you know, some comic book stories on the Western side, we would have everything would be on lock. Because as far as the science fiction stuff, you got John Jennings, you got Afrofuturism stuff that so many different people are doing.
Right.
Superhero stuff or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You got many people that are touching different characters and IPs, and not just Marvel and DC, but the Western stuff or whatever. If we could get some of that.
I would love for Rodney Barnes to do a prequel to Johnny Gatling and show all the things he did that led to him going to hell.
We know it's interesting. Todd McFarlane, you know, he has a character called Gunslinger Spawn, and it's a very successful comic book. He's getting ready to do a book called Blood Letter. I think that's the name of it. It's going to have a black female lead, and her whole mission is to kill Spawn. That's something that they're doing in 2025. So there's people out there touching it, but if somebody could like really jump in and whatever, man, it would be crazy. It would really be crazy.
Who's watching us right now? First of all, thank you all for being here.
Yes,
Happy New Year to all of you. I want to thank everybody on the panel for showing up and being here. I need everyone to please take a moment and hit the like button. Let's start the new year off right. If you're not subscribed to Black Comic Lord, just go ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell next to it. It's 2 clicks, point, click, click with your finger, and that will help us.
Pause.
We do. we hit our 4,000 subscriber milestone literally on the last day of the year, which is the goal that I had in my head for us the last few months. I'm happy that we achieved that. Help us to keep the algorithm going so we can make our next goal of hitting 5,000 in the next few months. That's what we want to do next, until hopefully by the end of the year, maybe we can hit 10,000. I don't know. We'll see.
15.
20, damn it.
There we go. Hey, so real 1 second too. When Paul came up, shout out to Newton, because when I first we were setting up equipment, and this sister came in, and she was just enamored looking at the I have a Keisha print. So I don't have, that's the only print. I only have a couple prints, but they're downstairs. I have all original work, but you know, Newton's my guy. I said, I need you to be represented in at least one of these rooms. And this girl looked at it, and she was just asking me all these questions, and her name was actually Keisha. So I hooked her out, you know, I hooked her up with Newton. I said, man, you gotta hook her up. And I talked to Newton today, and he said, yeah, man, they linked up. He sent her some books or whatever. So she's somebody who she never was really into comics, and just seeing that when we talk about representation, like it just, you know, when she's seen it, it felt, you know, this was like, oh, this is me. This is dope. You know what I'm saying? So that's just, you know, just wanted to throw that out there real quick. So
that's what's up. We got a super chat.
Super chat.
Tron World, what's good?
Oh, Nerd Lord, let's go.
There we go.
When the soup steals with the soup, bro.
That's what I'm talking about.
Appreciate you.
So
Thank
you.
now Herschel hit on something about the, you know, getting some of these IPs to the big screen or whatever, right? What did you guys watch this year that was just bananas?
That show on Netflix, the Super Genes, what was it called?
Super
Oh
Cell.
yeah, Super
Cell.
Cell. Yeah,
Super
that was really
Super
good.
Cell. Super Cell. Super Cell was one. Listen, it wasn't a black lead, but it was a black guy in it. The Penguin.
Yep. Without question.
Man, people ranted and raved about that Penguin. I still haven't watched it, but I heard it.
Man,
I haven't watched it.
Herschel, I'm gonna just say it like this, Herschel. You a Capes and Cows guy, so I know why you hadn't really drawn into it, whatever. But I'm just telling you, bro, if you got a little time,
it's incredible.
Just watch that, bro. Because I mean, because I'm gonna be honest. When Matt Reeves, they said they was doing a Penguin show, I said to myself,
why?
Why? You know what I'm saying? And while he is one of Batman's chief rogues or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I never really have been wild about any Penguin Batman stories. Joker's my favorite villain, followed with the Riddler. But Penguin? Nah. But he takes the Penguin and gives it that Matt Reeves aesthetic that he had in the Batman movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
was a great movie too. It was a great movie too.
Yes. And we got the news too that, you know, we got to wait another year for the next Batman movie. So
you know why we got to wait though, right, Rich? You know why we got to wait. So you know what happened. So I'm gonna say, let me stop. I'm trying to get into Hollywood. So let me be quiet.
Go on.
You trying to get into Hollywood?
How you gonna act Hollywood before you even get to Hollywood? Come on, man.
Hey man, listen, you gotta look the part first. That's what my mama always taught me.
Make it till you make it.
So I'll say this, you know, from my perspective, is that I felt that when Warner Brothers told James Gunn respectfully, you're taking over DC. So we're getting rid of the Snyderverse. We're getting rid of everything on the WB. And Superman on WB was a success. People loved it. And we're going to give you that. But then they slipped in that Joker. The first Joker, which I don't know why they did the Joker film, but the first one was great. Second one was a joke. So they were happy that didn't pan out. When that Matt Reeves Batman hit and it was so good, it was a problem. Then they did the Penguin. So I know James Gunn is I know the meetings were like, how are you telling me I'm taking over and we're starting fresh? It's all fresh, but you're starting up a whole new franchise, right? So this is my prediction, and I'm pretty smart, and I'm usually correct. That's why I'm looking to the camera. I'm talking to y'all. So this is what's happening behind the scenes. There's issues because on one hand, if you're talking about DC's issue has always been multi-universes and 20 different shows of the same character on at one time. That's always been their issue. They brought James Gunn on to bring the Marvel aesthetic in, and we're going to clear all this out, and this is what we're going to do. But you bring him in, and while you bring him in, you're starting new franchises, so this is a problem. So on one end, you got rid of Warner Brothers Superman, which was doing phenomenal. It was doing phenomenal. You drop it, so he got a show coming on. He's having conversations. They're having conversations about, well, What are we going to do? You mean to tell me we're going to wait 2 more years to do the Batman film? Come on, man. That film did well. Penguin's popping. That thing is supposed to have been fast-tracked a year and a half ago. So
Yes, sir.
he's fighting that because he wants to do his Brave and the Bold, which is Batman and Robin. So if he does, and so now they're talking about, now he just made a post that his Brave and the Bold is going to be pushed back another year as well. So they're debating. What they need to do is just make Matt Reeves Superman work with his stuff, and that's just it. Just call it a day, man. You know, we don't want by the time Batman comes out, he's gonna be 50.
Yeah.
And once again, and I'm gonna tell you, Cornelius, they do have a script. That is them all of that. We don't have a script. That Reeves Superman movie came out years ago. They got scripts on deck. They got pieces together on how they want to do things. It is just that there's probably some legal issues because he was probably promised some things. Now I could be wrong on that, but trust me, the issue is how he wants to do his universe, and that is the entire problem. And to solve the problem, you know, they were wrong for doing that. I even said when the Matt Reeves Batman came out, I said, man, that's wild for them to do that because I like Ben Affleck. I'm like, that's wild for y'all to do that. But
I love Ben as Batman.
But you know, typically, Phill, when a new ball coach comes in, all staff is gone. The players stay, but the staff is gone, and it seems like that didn't really happen. He came in and he couldn't bring in his own people. They already had stuff still operating, and that's a conflict because I have my vision, I have my playbook, I have what I'm doing, and y'all still have remnants of that old stuff. And some of those stuff was could work, but then maybe wait or map it better to where the fans like us, we get it, but map it better to where Joker and the stuff that don't work is gonna be way over here. Everybody, our fans are gonna know this is not a James Gunn new DC line that's coming. This is like when we're gonna wrap this up. But even that still looks crazy. Like the Joker coming out, even if he's gonna do another Batman, a different actor with you're right, correct, with the Brave and the Bold, it's still. I think people understand that the Batman we just got. It's a different universe. I'm thinking fans are figuring that out. Yeah. But I totally agree with you, man. Like the way y'all roll stuff out has got to be a little bit more organized.
Well, I'll put it like this here: DC has a good problem. They are experiencing a good problem versus where they were 10 years ago. It was a hot mess. They couldn't get nothing right on screen to say they like. Now they got this problem or whatever. It's a good problem to have because guess what? James Gunn ain't playing. You know, the Creature Commandos animation, that's a pretty fire show, bro. Can't front. He takes a weasel, a bride, and makes them stars on screen. He man, look. And then the Superman trailer, Superman trailer was bananas.
Yeah, I'm not gonna front. I wasn't expecting nothing. When I seen it, I was like, oh, he went superhero. And I think that's important. He went.
I didn't need to listen. Phill, when he fell through wherever he fell from, and he hit the ground and he's just laying there, and then here comes Crypto. And Crypto, he tells Crypto, take me home. I was done then.
You was done there.
I was like, let's go.
You look at the dog and you're like, how come you don't do that for me?
Man, look. that was, and of course we know Mr. Terrific is going to be in the show.
Yeah.
And James Gunn has said that Mr. Terrific has a significant role in the movie. So that's going to be cool just to see.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to this Superman movie.
Can I say something about Mr. Terrific? We all Terrific fans. I am hearing noise about Mr. Terrific, and I know some people in the comments might roll their eyes, and that's fine. I'll be that guy. But some people, and I know some people say, "Oh, people need to find something to get upset about. And I get the shape up situation, but some people are saying they could have gave him a sponge brush, they could have tapered it or did something. And I get he looks exactly the way he looks in the comics.
Right.
In the comics.
But how do y'all feel? Do y'all think my man should have got, they could have cleaned him up or just leave it like that?
I would say for me, I understand the whole cleanup because I believe in being fresh, but I also believe in, if you look at how he did Green Lantern, he looks exactly how he looks in the comic with that whack mullet.
The boy, that was
prosthetics. He's going. I think that Gunn has decided I'm going full comics.
Yeah, he did.
Visually, I'm going full comics, and I think like that's important because the problem with superhero movies in the past has been that we've
cut half comics.
The suit don't look like the villains don't look like the villains. The this don't whatever. And I think that he's fighting.
Hold on, Phil. Now I will push back. Like, I'm a Guy Garner fan. I got his books. I got his own single run. He's a jerk. Right. He's an a-hole. All that, but he's still a pretty decent hero. Now the way that they did him, they should have got the real jacket, and they should have did the official cut. I don't know. I guess they didn't think that was translated good on screen. I think
the cut looks like his cut.
The cut is close.
No. In the comic, he's got a fade and the hair that sits on top. If you look at guys, that's how his hair looks.
It's a chili bowl. It's a messed up chili bowl, but it's a chili bowl.
It's a chili bowl, but it ain't faded at the bottom. And his jacket is nothing like it is in the comics. I don't know.
I mean, look,
yes,
I don't know if you can get 100% comic accurate on everything, but I think he comes pretty close.
Right.
Now, here's the thing, Herschel. You are a Guy Gardner fan, so you would notice that nuance in terms of his jacket and that kind of thing. So naturally,
as long as he's the comic relief, we'll be fine. I ain't gonna be sit up there crying. Comic relief, and he kind of overdoes everything. We'll be fine.
Hey, Herschel, man, I'm gonna need you to put the Wi-Fi on your phone or something, dog, because you keep breaking up. Cut it.
You sound like a
Decepticon, man. You sound like the old Transformers on VHS.
I tell you what. I'm gonna get off because I think in this garage, man, I don't know what's going on, but I gotta get off because I gotta get this workout on. But I definitely want to stop by.
Hey man, stop pumping up the workout, dog. You get back on a little bit, ain't gonna be no sweat, man. Don't sit there and tell them people on New Year's, man.
Hey, they gonna call. I'm gonna be that. Listen.
Hey man, we can't even hear you, fam. You're like, it's crazy. You're like,
I'm out.
That was funny. But yo, Paul, real quick.
He got the Kmart
hook up. So somebody brought up in the chat X-Men 97.
Yeah.
The surprise fire that was as well. It was so early in the year that I kind of forgot about it, but it was a very, very good show. It was a show that the fanboys initially were just panning. Oh, this is dead on arrival. Oh, this is trash, blah, blah, blah. And it dropped. And come to find out, the guy that they fired knew what he was doing. And it was an amazing show. I don't know what's going to happen with the next season of that or whatever, but I got to say that one-off was dope for real. So,
I have questions as to how it ended and what they're going to do with it next.
I had issues with the series, and I know I'm not in the majority. I'm sorry. I hate to be this person, but I felt like there was moments where it was great, but I also felt like he could have had the same episode numbers, but half of the content. I felt like things were resolved way too quickly on the show. Like, so when I'm watching the show, like, I feel like I never felt any tension. I never felt any suspense. Like for instance, I feel like Invincible's pacing is perfect, right? I feel like it has very good pacing. I feel like X-Men at times had super great animation, and sometimes it was all right. but I felt like when I'm watching it, I felt like we're like rushing to get to the conclusion. And to me, like some things were just solved way too quickly. Like you got all these cyborgs destroying everything, blah, 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 and y'all fix it in 2 seconds. I'm like, wait a second, this is crazy to me. But
I mean, the season was what, 8 episodes?
Yeah, 8
But-
episodes.
I feel it was too much content for the 8 episodes. I feel like it could have been 8 episodes, and you could have went like halfway to where we got to. And I'll also say I didn't like the only thing that I didn't like that I didn't like that they purposely downplayed the Wolverine's character, and they talked about how they downplayed his character because he was so popular or whatever, or people want to see him. Well, there's a reason why people like Wolverine. He is the character that we all want to see snap, and we get that one episode, and he does go crazy. But it's like I feel like you don't have to bring other characters down to bring certain characters up. I feel like what makes X-Men such a great comic is that certain writers are able to give everybody just enough space, whereas you have your Colossus fans, you have your Nightcrawler fans, you have your Wolverine fans, you have your Storm fans. That may not translate to them getting their own particular issues or whatever, but you like them for who they are. I just felt like I just had an issue with some of the pacing. Could I have done it better? Probably not. I mean, I'm just saying that when I watched it, I thought it was really great. It was better. Now, also, I'll be honest, I was never a fan of the original X-Men cartoon, and I know I'm in a I'm sorry.
What?
I wasn't a fan. I wasn't. So when y'all were still in junior high or elementary school watching that, I was watching things like Akira and Ghost in the Shell and things of that nature. So when I watched that limited animation that the thing had, I thought the stories were great, but I felt like the animation and the character design didn't go together. Like I'm big on when I'm watching something visually, I have to have everything. Like I used to love anime. I don't like anime now because anime is just a bunch of special effects with no animation whatsoever.
Right.
And you know I'm not lying. And then there's a bunch of fast action scenes. And I know people don't like my opinion. That's fine. But my opinion counts. But, I just didn't, for me, it just didn't. I thought it was good. I just didn't like the pacing of X-Men 97. And that's my opinion.
I think that has merit. Only here's the reason why I say that. Okay, the season starts off, and we got to bounce to something else. Speaking of X-Men, Bishop is there like the first episode, and we don't see Bishop at all. So they don't do nothing with Bishop.
That's my problem with the series.
And then we get the Storm story arc with Forge, right? We kind of go away from that for a hot second or whatever. And we really don't, they take like 3 episodes to kind of resolve that, if I'm not mistaken. So there were things in that where you could kind of say they kind of stuffed some things into the series that they probably could have did in 6 episodes versus 8. But Paul, I want to ask you. Phill brought up the X-Men. We got the end of Krakoa, Fall of X, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That thing dragged its foot out the door.
It went downhill basically when Hickman left his own project, which is the whole.
And they literally took a year to end it. Okay, so my question: are you reading any of the X-Men books? And if so, what do you overall think? I know I'm reading X-Force. That's the only X-Men book that I am reading currently. I'm not reading X-Men. I'm not reading Exceptional X. Even some people have said Exceptional X is pretty good. I'm not reading Nyx. I'm not reading the Dazzler book that just came out. Supposedly, Dazzler has a black character that they gave a nod to from back in the day or whatever. I'm not reading any of that because I'm tired of the X-Men offices doing us like this. They get us hype, and then they give us 11 million different books. And, we back where we started. The Sentinels book that they got out. What is your thoughts, bro, on the X-Men franchise in general, comic book wise?
They lost their way when Hickman left the run. Although I will say Jerry Duggan did pretty good with continuing their glow up on Storm in the Sword series and the X-Men Red series.
You mean Jerry Duggan? You talking about Al Ewing?
Did I say? Yeah.
You said
well,
Jerry Duggan.
Jerry Duggan did some of it too, and
Okay.
Al. Those guys did a good job with the Storm glow up. That and for me, that was mostly what I was reading after Hickman left the run. House of X, Power of X was the best writing I've ever seen in X-Men comics.
Oh,
I guess
that's a big
I would say
statement.
the last 20 years. To put it in context, in the last 20 years.
Chris Claremont somewhere scratching his head.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Let me clarify. House of X, Power of X is the best X-Men writing I've seen in the last 20 years.
All right,
Yes.
clarify, brother. Clarify.
That definitely is the truth there.
What they say, make it plain.
Now, I'll say currently what I'm reading X-Force, Jeffrey Thorne.
Mhm.
I'm reading Eve Ewing's Exceptional X-Men. Here's the thing. It's kind of interesting because I'm a long time X-Men reader, like since the 80s. So I've seen X-Men go through a lot of different iterations, and I've consistently read and collected X-Men over the last 40 years. There have been a lot of different iterations, and what's interesting to me is that what people were commenting about their dislike for House of X, Power of X, the Krakoa era, where there was all the books were kind of seeming like the same. They're doing the opposite in the post-Krakoa era, where all the books are thematically different.
Yeah.
What you have in Exceptional X-Men is not what you have in Uncanny X-Men. They're both X-Men books, but they're thematically completely different books. So from that perspective, if you are a fan of X titles or want to get into an X title, you should be able, in their current setup, find a X book that suits what you like. But if you like a particular X book, is not necessarily true that you're going to like another one that's also on the same stand, because they are thematically different. They appeal to different demographics, and their storylines are different, and the setup is different. So Exceptional X-Men has nothing to do with like what's going on in Uncanny X-Men. X-Force has nothing to do with what's going on in NYX. So it's possible that you could to throughout the whole thing say it's all trash is just intellectually dishonest,
Right.
because you can say 2 or 3 of those books are trash, but I guarantee you the 4th one is one that you would probably like for the reason that you hate the other 4, because they're all different. They're set up to be different. Tom Brevoort has them doing them different things so that there is an X book for everybody, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But do they interact with each other?
X-Men, Uncanny X-Men, X-Force, and Storm. And I just
Don't forget
that
they just started Dazzler.
I don't read Dazzler. I don't care about Dazzler. Time Slide. I just picked up Time Slide. I haven't read it yet because I'm a Bishop guy, and that's literally the only book that Bishop is in.
Cutthroat asks a question. He says, "Do you guys feel the X-Men need new blood in the comic books?"
Absolutely.
I don't think they need. Well, I'll say it like this. I think me and Paul agree, but we may disagree in terms of they just need to use the characters they got.
True. It's yes. I agree with you. But that's a generalized statement for Black characters.
They just really need to use. We joke in this space, Paul, all the time about being an all-Black X-Men team. They could easily do that.
Uh-huh.
And
if you don't believe me, look up #Onyx. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah. And they could easily do that. Wouldn't be no skin off anybody, because the thought is, okay, they don't really want to do this because then it'll be considered quote unquote woke. It'll be considered pandering or whatever. I just think that you got all of these dope mutants. Why not use them? Put them all in the title. Let Storm lead the team. You know, you got Gentle. You got Gateway. You got Bishop. You got about what? How many black mutants do you think they have? About 100?
Approximately 300.
300.
So, but what would be the reason why?
No, 100. Sorry, it's over 100. I said 300.
But what would be the reason why we have the all black X-Men team? Were they like at a barbecue and something happened?
I'm glad you just said that. I was literally about to say that. So that's the comment that we often get with, you know, there's no reason all black superheroes would all hang out together. No, yes, absolutely.
Yes.
If the four of us all got powers, we wouldn't hang out together. That doesn't make any sense.
So I feel that, but as being devil's advocate, the difference between
when white heroes all get their powers and they're on the same.
But the difference is that the X-Men all come up together in one school under Charles Xavier, so they're all together. So there's a difference. There's a difference between us chilling and we just getting together because we just kicking it. You know what I mean? So it's just like so the problem with that would be I could see something different if it was different black heroes, but they weren't all X-Men, right? But because it's just like they're all from the Xavier school of whatever, you know. Storm's closest friends are like Kitty and Jean. If we're being honest, her closest friends.
I get what you're saying. I think that to answer your point, I think that the point there is made that these are characters that share different, even though they're diverse, they have these diverse relationships. What will be the modus operandi to put all black mutants together? And that's a story that you would have to kind of craft around it, whether it be somebody like, let's say, for example, when Chris Claremont did his God Loves, Man Kills run, right?
Mm-hmm.
They literally played into the trope and used two young black mutants.
Facts.
To start that story. So that issue of police violence or whatever, that it is what it is. One thing about us and black people, we can't hide in our, we don't have no privilege to hide behind. If a white person is quote unquote gay, that person can mask or hide themselves or have that guise. Whereas we don't have that issue. Our issue is, look, our blackness. We can't have it. People have a preconceived notion, and I'm not saying that it should be done, Phil. What I am saying is it could easily be done because.
So I was just saying I wasn't saying that it couldn't be done. I was just trying to see where was because I know people in the comments, but as fans, some of y'all, most of the people as fans, we're not writers, we're not artists, we're not businesses, so you got to figure out a way to make it work. Yes, do black people we just all kick it? But of course we do. That's not even without question. So before anybody says anything ridiculous, no, you talking to. So do you say that for them? Say that for them other clowns. That's not me, cuz. What I'm saying is this: when I'm thinking about from an artistic standpoint, if I'm writing something, I'm thinking, what would be the reason that makes sense? Because I'm also big on don't pander to me. Don't come up with a reason like, oh, we all went to go hoop, and while we're hooping, the lizard came out, so we're all fighting while T'Challa's dunking on somebody with the new dunks on. Like, man, keep that, man. I'm not with that.
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
But I think that it could be written. I would love to see it. Let me say this. I would love to see it. And before anybody gets to me about all black, and I got the epiphany. And what I got at the joint? And the most, what cover do I got in there, Paul, that you sat back and said, oh man, I can't believe you got this in there. Why don't you think? So before y'all start talking crazy, let me stop.
We Bro, we are literally creating a conversation. Many of the questions
sure.
we're asking and issues that we're talking about go to your point.
Hold
But now we talked about these books, right? Well, a
Yeah.
book came out today. It had a whole lot of black folk in it.
For sure.
Sam Wilson, Captain America, issue number 1, dropped today. And it had a lot of black superheroes in it. I have not picked up my book. I'm going to pick it up. Now, here's the thing. I am on record as saying I want my Falcon back.
Me too.
But since he got the shield and y'all want to play this game at Marvel, okay, fine. But when I saw the panels and Hershey posted up, I was like, really? That's what we're doing? Okay. And, Isaiah Bradley happens to make an appearance in the book itself.
Right.
Happy birthday, Isaiah.
This cover is dope. I mean, you got 4 black superheroes on it. You got Cap Falcon. I don't call him Captain America. It's Cap Falcon.
Cap Falcon.
Elijah Patriot, War Machine, and Storm all on the same cover.
That's a dope cover.
Shout out to Torrin Clark.
Who did that? Who did that cover?
Torrin Clark.
All right.
Hit him up. Get the pencils. Give him a call, my brother. So we got this book, right? It just came out. It's kind of like, and here's the thing. Funny thing is, this book came out and I heard nobody anywhere talk about it.
It came out today?
Yeah, it came out today.
It's New Year's Day. Everybody's with their families. Like,
not only that. I mean,
true that.
I don't know that
this was in the solicits, though.
Today.
This was in the solicits, but we didn't know we were going to get this many characters or black characters in this comic book. It's just interesting. Of course, we know that they do these books before the movie comes out. And look, February is not that far away, guys. We're finna go see another Marvel movie. You got your crew ready, Phill. You got your crew ready to go to the theater with spend about $60, $70 on popcorn and a tub of drinks. And
I'm excited. You know what, man? I hope. I met somebody who did the special effects on the film when I was at the Anime Expo, and we talked extensively about the film, so I wasn't surprised when they were doing all the reshoots. I'm just worried that I'm not worried that it's not going to be a good film. I'm worried about how they're going to do a couple different things or whatever. Right. But I just wish that I wonder just how dope the first part could have been, because I think you had like all these villains, and I think the first one was more of a superhero film, and then they kind of flipped it. Was it like this? It wasn't the Sinister Six. Who was it? What was the Squadron Supreme? The Snake
Serpent Society.
Serpent
Society. But from what I understand, the whole Serpent Society I think was like in there or something of that particular nature. And so they cut all these pieces. My issue is that when you start to cut so much from a film and you start to add pieces, the editing process could sometimes get lost in translation. So I'm hoping this, and I feel like they're kind of they're putting so much into this because they're trying to get back to the serious MCU stuff, which they should. But I'm gonna go in there with open arms per se, and I'm excited for that, and I'm excited for Thunderbolts. But I just want to see what they're going to do, man. I hope they really do. I just hope we
don't enjoy it either way it goes. It's a Marvel movie. It's at the theaters. We should go and enjoy it either way. Now, I will say this, and this goes back to movies. I forgot about one movie I did go see, and I did enjoy it.
What was that?
And that was Craven. I went to the theaters and I saw Craven.
Yeah, Craven
was not a bad movie.
It wasn't bad.
It was pretty good for what it was.
Right. And
I know there was a report that a guy from Sony said that the reason why these movies, Craven and Madam Web, got they tanked or whatever was because of the PR that was surrounding it. People said these movies were bad, and they were blaming the fandom on promoting that these movies were bad. One day I was off. I took a vacation, I said, you know what? Wife is at work. I'm chilling with the dog. You know what? I'm gonna get up and go to the theaters. Let me go find out something to watch. I'm just going to, just see something. I get to okay, Craven. All right. I'm in the theater literally by myself. Big tub of popcorn, drink. And I enjoy this movie for what it was. I enjoy Calypso's character in the movie.
Yes. Yeah.
I enjoyed the guy that they did. I mean, it was a pretty good movie. I can't front. I'm like, and I left the theater saying to myself, folk be lying for no reason.
Yeah, they do. Yes, they do.
Folk be just lying. What was wrong with this movie? Why did people didn't like it? And to me,
Sony set that up though, Rich. Remember, Sony announced they weren't doing no more of those movies before Craven even came out. So they sabotaged. They sabotaged the film.
Yep.
But you know why they did that though? Come on, Rich. Come on, man. Here we go.
They about to sell back to Marvel.
No, they try. It's Miles, man. They bring it. Listen, they get on a clean slate with Marvel. They come back in. Secret Wars is getting ready to drop. Miles is on the way. So hey, we're done with this Marvel. We made our mistake. Whatever y'all want to do, they're not going to sell Spider-Man back. They'd be fools to do that. They're not going to do that. This is them playing. Hey, we understand our mistakes to the point where we're going to sabotage our own movie, right? A week before it comes out, we're going to sabotage y'all to get back in good graces because it's time to renegotiate.
I think that's probably where they are, but I don't see Sony parting with Spider-Man. There's no reason for them to. That is a cash cow. You literally can print movie. You could literally just have, we could have a Spider-Man movie. You could be Valerie the librarian angel. I could, I could stand in as, Spider-Ham or somebody. We could feel it. It'll sell. Just why? Because it's Spider-Man. It's attached to it. So why would they part with it and bring that back in? I don't think so. One of the things that, shout out to my man Amir, because he covered this on his podcast. He talked about the Friendly Neighborhood animated movie, a show, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is a Marvel product. It's not a Sony product. It's a Marvel product. And he reported that supposedly Marvel can use Spider-Man, but it can only be like 44 minutes in the show or in the movie. So they can literally, that's why they were able to bring Spider-Man in Civil War. He doesn't have 44 minutes of screen time, and apparently that's the contract or the thing with them, with this new show. So we're gonna get these, because everybody's talking about Norman Osborn being a black guy. That's been the talk. That's been the talk about the series. Not that whether or not the series is good or anything. Norman is black.
Is Harry Osborn? Is it a Harry or is it Harriet? I couldn't tell. Was it a man or a woman?
There's two different images. So the change. I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna be quiet.
I know they gender swapped Harry Osborn, but race swapped Harry Osborn, but they gender swap
I did not see Harriet. I did not see a female in my alerts, but who knows? I only saw.
He had earrings and he had a ponytail. So I didn't know what was going on. So I didn't know if it was. I mean, I'm not trying to get canceled, y'all. I'm just looking for clarification. I just want to know. What we're doing.
Yeah.
So I didn't know.
It is what it is, but I just Marvel. I mean, Hollywood be doing too much. I'll just say it like that.
Yeah.
Now, Paul, I know you had a little time, but let me ask you: Did you get a chance to watch Skeleton Crew?
I did. I actually watched it with my daughter, who enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I didn't watch this latest episode that came out, but I've watched like the first three episodes, I think.
Yeah. It's like up to like 4 or 5 now, but yeah.
Yeah.
Did you like it, Paul?
I did. I liked it for what it was, because it's in the Star Wars universe without being Star Wars. It's in essence Treasure Island in space.
Okay.
It is. Or Goonies. It's a mixture of Treasure Island in space with Goonies. That's
Okay.
basically what it is. So I mean, it was
It's definitely a kid. It's something that you watch with your kids and that.
yeah, kid friendly.
Kind of thing. Yeah. So.
It's rare. We don't really recognize how rare it is to have a show that you can sit down with your kids, be entertaining for you as an adult, but also for your kids. That is rare.
Smooth Pro says I missed the Acolyte. It's so you'll be all right, bro.
Y'all funny, man.
You gonna be all right, my brother. You can go. It's okay. It's
I like
okay.
the Acolyte. The Acolyte was good.
The Acolyte was special. That's all I'm gonna say.
I liked it.
R.I.P.
I'll say this: that the Acolyte's action sequences were very nice.
Oh yes, they had the best fight scenes. They definitely had the best fight scenes.
Really good fight scenes. But then I started watching. I was like, "Oh man, it's crazy, man." I was like, "Wow!" I was like, I'll watch this. No, don't get it. And I try to watch all the shows. Like I'll tell you another. I didn't like Echo. I know I may be it. I wasn't into Echo.
I didn't care for Echo.
Hold on, time out. Hold on. Time out, y'all. The GOAT is in our chat.
Oh, Happy New Year, Dennis.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Hey, I can't wait to see Brother Cowan at OAX.
Yes.
You're going to see my OAX.
We'll see you in 3 weeks at OAX.
Yep. We'll see you at the end of the month.
I got a order for a commission with him.
Yeah, I'm about to grab one of them commissions too. So it's going to be dope. Like I got the collections in black going to be at OAX, and we're working on some panel work. So hopefully we get Brother Cowan in the panel along with Still Freeze, Green, and others. It's going to be incredible. But yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting Cowan in person.
Mr. Dennis Cowan, how much I love him.
Yeah, sure. That is so hard, man.
That's my guy. I
So
love Dennis Cowan. That's if I have to do, somebody was to ask me, what is your perfect comic book team? If I had to put together a writer, artist, that kind of thing, I don't care about the interior art. I don't care about the writer. All I know is I want my cover A done by Dennis Cowan.
Facts.
Cover A, Dennis Cowan. I don't want him doing a variant. I want him to do cover A. I need everybody's eyeballs to see that comic book first. Done by him.
Mr. Cowan, just wanted to confirm. Let me know if you got the little gift package I sent for you. And given that you're going to be here in 3 weeks, I'm going to bring you a copy of that flyer from 30 years ago. I'll bring you a copy of that flyer.
Incredible.
You said I love you guys. Love you too, sir.
Hey, Cal, let me tell you something. You know, we always talk about like Byrne and Austin as one of the dopest tag teams. But I'm gonna tell you something. Byrne and Terry Austin. I'm gonna tell you who's one of my Mount Rushmore of tag teams, right? Okay. It's Cowan and Sienkiewicz together.
Mm-hmm.
It's untouchable.
I said that in the interview that combination is just some of the best art in comics, period.
It's unfair. It's unfair. Cowan and Sienkiewicz, it's unfair, man. It's like it doesn't make any sense. And I had some of his work at the August Wilson Center for Collections in Black, and I know they're working on the book. So my man George actually owned some of the Prince pages and some of the other pages. So we sent some of them back so that they could be in the book. So yes, Brother Cowan, we took some pieces down from my exhibit to make sure they were sent back to where they needed to be at. So
he wears the cap almost every day. Bring it down to OAX for us. That'd be great.
Man.
Oh man, I tell you what, you guys are amazing. That's all I can say, man. My life is, I have a lot of stuff going on, and I just get to chop it up with people like you, Phill, and Paul, and Angel, Speaking, Angel ain't talking too much because she been
What y'all just
Angel,
going
I told
on and
Angel,
on and on and on.
I told
Angel writing books.
you know what I'm saying, flexing hard on the team. You know, somebody got listen. Derek is not here to press Paul tonight.
Right.
I know.
So Angel taking up the slack.
Let me tell you something. Angel has done more flexing in this episode than all three of us combined.
I have not
Facts.
even flexed
Facts.
anything.
She's so low key with it. She says, "Oh, I don't do anything. I just
She
wrote this."
started with that. She
the
started with that Mandalorian helmet. Show everybody the helmet.
Oh yeah.
Show them the helmet again.
Show me the one in only 50 made Stranger comic, metal edition cover I have.
Up too. I have my Target light for
That's
it.
super. That's dope right there, man. I like that. That's amazing. So let me ask you this, Paul. We were talking about Star Wars.
Yes, sir.
A lot of Star Wars stuff going on. Man. The Marvel comics of Star Wars at the current time. It's no, but see, I'm not gonna say but it's a lot of books. It's a lot of books, Bill. And I just think that and here's the thing about Star Wars. Marvel sells more Star Wars comic books than any comic books. Some people don't know that, but yeah, the Star Wars comic books fly off the shelf. Now,
Yes.
I'll be honest, I don't know why.
I've been telling you guys, nobody listens to me.
If it ain't if it ain't Darth Vader, I have no use for it. What is that?
Y'all are
Oh, that's the
sleeping.
milestone. Okay.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
look at
when
that, Paul.
Shadow Cabinet came out.
Look at that, Paul. That's You know what? And see, shout out to Dennis Cowan and Joe Illich for writing
Don't show me that. You know I want that.
a banger of a comic book. That Shadow Cabinet book is so good.
Yeah, it is.
We need to make that an ongoing. I'm asking the comic book community, please go out, support this book so this book can go past the 4 or 5 issues that they're wanting to take it. It needs to be an ongoing.
I made sure to buy doubles and triples of the book too.
It's an amazing book.
Fantastic book. Fantastic. Milestone fan, you must, not should, must get this Shadow Cabinet book.
I got mine.
Absolutely fantastic. The references he's dropping. I can't.
Now look, Nerdy Lodge, Paul. He what is a Ahsoka? Yeah, Rodney Barnes. Nerdy Lodge says, I finally got into Strange New Worlds. It's so damn good. We still need DS9 Cisco series though. My question is, to kind of move from StarArs real quick to Star Trek.
You didn't finish the Star Wars.
I know, huh? But now notice that's not a Marvel. Now that's not a Marvel book you're holding. That is a Dark Horse book.
Marvel has licensed.
Same thing. Yeah.
They have licensed part of the Star Wars comics back to Dark Horse. Dark Horse, when they had Star Wars, did a fantastic job with Star Wars comics for a very long time. Very long time.
Dark Horse is
the only reason Marvel got the license back was when Marvel bought, Lucasfilms.
Yep.
That's the only, or Disney bought Lucasfilms. It's the only reason, it got taken back to Marvel. But Dark Horse did a fantastic basis for it, and they established a universe, a non-canon universe, which I think Marvel recognizes so good. They're now trying to incorporate as that they call the legends. They're trying to incorporate that in these comics, in this expanded universe. And then I say it again. I say it to you guys every time you bring up Star Wars. The current Star Wars comic book universe got a lot of black folk in it. It's mad melon, and they're in leading roles. They're not like in the background for color. They're like leading roles.
What you got, Phill? What you hiding behind? Or what you put?
What
Yes,
is that?
sir.
Hardware milestone
Preview. So these were the previews that were
previews.
given out before the books actually came out. You know
Hold
what I
Oh
on.
mean?
wow.
I'm for real, cut. Huh?
For display
Pause.
only.
What?
How did you not show that to me when I was sitting there in that room last month?
Guy here, man.
Answer that question, Phil. Either
That's
you didn't
funny.
have it, or you know that if you showed it to me, it would be in my house right now because I would have stole that. Shit.
I can't, listen, man. I can't, I got so much good ish, man. I can't, I can't reveal everything, man. It's just, but this right here. So this was actually, I was gonna put this in the exhibit. So if you come to Collections in Black, in the comic case, I have all the milestone number ones in 9.8s. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to put this in here.
Okay.
I also have the one for Static Shock. I have Static Shocks of this also.
Do you have? Is there art inside that preview book? Oh, you're not gonna put on the black gloves? What are you doing?
You gotta go see where they were.
He got some dope stuff, man. No doubt.
Put on the gloves on.
All right, I can't find my gloves. So here we go. Hold on.
Oh man, rub your fingers on some cloth, get the moisture off.
That's funny.
Oh, he gonna breathe.
Look at this shit, man. Look at that. Look at that. Woo-hoo.
I'm gonna need you to be careful with my book right there.
Yeah, this is your book, and these are just like.
Oh, look at that.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. All right. So you need to bring that down to OAX. Mr. Cowan's gonna have to sign that, and I'm gonna have to just go ahead purchase that.
So I got another flex for y'all too. I found the original art to that milestone poster.
I want that poster so bad.
You
really pissing me off right now because
I found the original painting. I don't have the money for the painting, but I was trying to get it for OAX. I don't know if Kazra is still on here or not, but it's like in France or somebody that has it. So I did track it down, y'all. I get my detective work on. So I want that so bad though. But I also want the original pages. Yeah, I want it like this. Look at that though. Look at how that platinum joint
nice
is.
cover.
I love that cover. That's the platinum edition.
Yeah, Catherine said that the milestone joint is a 30 by 40 painting. It's in France right now. He said that ain't even gonna happen even with a big boat. So that's how big that he painted. That's how big it was painted on. But we did track it down, y'all. So we are doing the good work when it comes to the culture. We just can't make everything happen. We trying. So at least I got this.
I do have.
What you got, Paul?
This milestone poster.
All right.
That's the original one that they did when they were bringing the book out.
Oh,
got the date of the original publication, February 27th, 1993.
Okay.
No wonder we love Black History Month so much.
Yeah. I got it right next to my Amara Comics poster.
And 93 was a crazy year for Black comics too, man. It was like a renaissance. It went crazy that year.
It was a lot going on.
93 to infinity.
A lot going on. Man, look, we 2.5 hours in. Y'all want to keep going or y'all ready to go?
Man, listen, I'm up.
Oh, he's up.
And Dennis Cowan looks. He has the same poster that I have hanging
in my office.
So
that's crazy.
Hey, so brother Cal,
you know what? As you say that, I'm gonna bring the poster to OAX and have him sign it.
Well, can I say something real quick? Everybody that's in the chat, brother Cowan is doing pre-commissions for OAX. So if you want to get a commission from him, you would go to the OAX page and they have the artist, and you can get a commission from him. And he has full-blown pieces that he will create for you at very affordable pricing. this is the opportunity for, and as a matter of fact, in the Black comic lords, man, our community, we should make sure that his pieces sell out so that we should make it so that, because other people's have sold out, we should try to make it so that Brother Collins is sold out. He has some, commissions that you could get from him at very affordable prices. So I'm just saying, I'm about to order one, and I know Paul said he's about to get one as well. I think I got one coming from Steel Freeze. But you want some original art? Get a piece from Cowan, man. I mean, now, in my opinion, now's the time to get it. Yeah. And Brother Cowan, I need you in my panel, man. I'm gonna let Casper handle that. See, I put that on out there like that.
You need to ask him for an interview for your collections of black.
No, we're gonna make something happen behind the scenes, man. We're gonna make Cowan. There we go. Q2, go to OAX. I'm just OAX and original art expo, and you can go ahead and you can get a commission from him. And like I said, you'll see his prices. And there's other people want to do. You also get Steel Freeze doing commissions, and there's other brothers doing commissions in there.
Green is going to be there,
right? I'm not sure if Sanford's doing commissions, doing pre-commissions. He's probably going to do some while he's there, but I'm not sure if he's on there to do. So the pre-commissions is something totally different, where they could do pieces before you get there, or that you could be on a list to have pieces done while they're there for those 2 days. And I'm sure that if you get the pre-commission and you're not going to be there, they could get them sent out to you, or there's somebody that could probably get them to you. So yeah, that's why I said Sanford is not doing pre-OX commissions. Yeah, I was right. Thank you, Brother Casper, for clearing that up, my brother. But yeah, get them Cowan joints.
Y'all just do me a favor. And
don't say nothing crazy.
If the Lord leads you to be a blessing to your brother.
Hey, Rich, you know what, Rich?
I'm just saying.
Rich, I put it to you like this. Uko, hey, speaking of Uko, hey, listen. Uko don't live but 2
I'm
hours away
from commission with you within the next 24 hours, Mr. Cowan.
There we go. And we're gonna make something happen. So
that's what's up.
Hey.
That's ill, man. I like that. Man, pull that poster back up, Phil, that milestone.
Let me pull this back up for you. The one at the frame that I can't get.
Yeah. The one that you can't get, but you got the next best thing.
So the story on that, Bill Sikevich did this poster. This was a promo poster for the Milestone universe. And there were some comic shops when they understood the concept of like a black universe, or so have you, wouldn't even put the poster up. Wouldn't even put poster up in some venues. I've wanted that poster for years. I had an opportunity to get it once, and I missed out on the bid because I overslept or something like that, and I was pissed off. I've wanted that poster for years. I got to track that down. It's not hard. It's not easy to find.
And that's what we're talking about.
That's history there, bro.
That's history.
That's history.
It is. And the person who I got this from was the same person who I got the Joe Lewis pages from. His wife blessed me with it when I was at Baltimore Con.
Gotcha.
So, good peoples, man. I mean, I'm gonna say this one more time and I'm done. Dennis Cowan is a living legend. He's not a person he's done, he's washed up. The dude is even nicer than what he was, back in the day. Like, if y'all don't buy these commissions, you're crazy. Original art does nothing but appreciate in value. And this is one of our pillars who's on the Mount Rushmore culturally of artists, arguably just artists in general.
Yes.
So, and OAX, and I'm done. I'm gonna be done. Comic art fans also has a new app, and you can find information on there. So that those are my brothers as well.
World War Comics asking, what if you cannot attend OX? Are commissions available? Can Kazra, if you're still in the chat, can you answer that question? Because that's a good, very good question to ask.
I think they're shout out to Kazra because I think they're live too right now. So he's doing both. He's
doing both. He's doing double duty.
they watch, So it's just.
Well, we definitely appreciate it for sure, man.
And I'll tell you what too. If it's a situation, I'll be down there at OAX. If you trust me, Paul will be down there. We're gonna have Heather in there, and he said we should go to bed. Yeah, we're about to go to sleep.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? They just, they don't be
I
respectful.
got tomorrow off from work, so this is one of the
See,
times
that's
I
that part right there. Everybody ain't got that blessing. Everybody ain't got that blessing.
I'll say this and I'll be done. If you're not there, it'll be available if you're not there.
Oh, here we got the answer to the question. Dennis says, yes, commissions are still available if you're not there. And Kazzer says, these commissions are only for people coming to OX. Otherwise, you have to hear about Dennis making them available. Okay.
That's what's up. Respect. Thank you to Q's too. He says, random side note, ever since Rich gave the Episcopal Ecclesiastes 10 and 19, I have ended my live streams repeating it to everyone. Thanks, bro. Respect. Salute. I thank you for that. I try to be a blessing, and I'm glad somebody's taking it and doing something with it. That's all I want. So, yeah.
You try to be blessing, and I'm just out here cursing people out left and right.
What? I know, man. We got balance, I guess.
A blessing too.
Look, Jesus hung out with criminals. It's okay. I think I can hang out with a drunk. I think it's okay.
Hey, Paul, he called you a filthy old rag. Yeah, that's
hey,
Rich.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something about this. When it comes to things like faith, I have a healthy respect. I have a healthy respect for who I am. And what I mean by that is there ain't much to me. And so I recognize that anything I have is because of what God graced me with. My $2 brain, any gifts or whatever, any thoughts that come to my head that make sense versus the ones that don't make no sense. I get that all from the Lord, and I thank God for that. And it's interesting being in this space because I come in contact with a lot of different people from a lot of different walks of life or whatever. And I try to love and treat everybody the same. Does not matter who they are. You don't believe? Fine. You ain't got to. I'm gonna believe for you. So that's how we roll around these parts. You know what I'm saying? Because I'd rather be in this space than not be in this space.
Right.
So I'm my own superhero. Gotta be a light everywhere. What is that?
He gonna pull out his MD Bright artwork.
I want to answer this question.
You know what? I'm going to do.
OAX is going to be in Orlando, Florida. So it's the original art expo.
I got.
If you go oa-expo.com, tickets are still available. And
you know what? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Let me since the guy from OAX is in here, I'm like, bro, you need to send out some not commissions. You need to send out some scholarships. Cause the price to get in that. You remember the movie? Hey, Phill, you remember the movie Crush Groove, right? Remember when the Fat Boys went to the club? They wanted to rock the mic. Right. What? How much you say? $20? I think it was. $20. They turned right back around and didn't even think twice.
I believe there is a dishwasher package for OAX.
Dishwasher, be a vendor, something. You know what I'm saying? How can I? How can, bro? That's a day's. That's a day's. They do
have a couples. I know this. They do have a couples package where if you go, like, honestly, like if you go with your significant other, like it's a big discount. They do something like that. But I'm gonna be quiet because I got in trouble last year.
Don't get in trouble. But shout out to all of you guys that are gonna be at OAX. You know what I'm saying? This is right there in Florida. My man Paul's gonna be in the building. DJ Phil's gonna be in the building. Dennis Comics gonna be in the building. Angel's gonna be in the building. So Black Comic Lords will be well represented in the building for that wonderful event. That's just the first of the things that are coming later on in the year. Of course, we have AtlanticCon 2025, which will be in August. So make your plans, the trips to be there in August with us as well.
Yes, sir.
Looking forward to that. The new year is shaping up to be pretty amazing. We got the Dennis Cowan's Graphic Samurai book coming out this year. The Epiphany Engine book coming out this year as well. It's a lot to be excited about, and I am awesome. It's an awesome time. Moan says y'all need to come to LA.
I went to LA twice this year, man. Last year, 2024.
Ain't they moving the San Diego Comic-Con to LA?
They keep talking about it. I haven't
I don't
heard
see
any
how that's
confirmation yet.
possible. I don't see that being possible. They got the San Diego Comic-Con Museum in San Diego as well.
Yeah, that would make sense.
John Jennings with his great exhibit out there.
Man, oh man. Yo, we gotta get out of here, man. It's late.
Yeah.
So all of our people tonight, we want to thank Sebastian for popping in. Want to thank Dennis Cowan popping in. Want to thank the chief over at OAX for popping in. Want to thank DJ Phill for joining the show. You know what I'm saying? I knew this Negro was gonna pull out some stuff that I ain't ever gonna be able to get. Some stuff to make you tuck your chain in, you know what I'm saying? And see, Phil's the DJ, so Phil knows. Phil knows, you know what I'm saying? When I get to the set, I'm gonna drop this on, and they ain't gonna know what to do with me. And so he's used to doing that constant. It's an East Coast thing, you know what I'm saying? He's very humble, but at the same time, we'll talk his trash. That's an East Coast thing. One thing I've learned about East Coast people, y'all about the business. Y'all just
See what is that?
What is that?
That's nice.
Space Ghost.
Space Ghost. Oh, so you know what? Yeah.
So I found this behind a frame.
What?
Exactly what I got like some used frames, and there was some Space Ghost animation sales by Alex Toth.
Wow. That's crazy.
Speaking of animation sales, Phil, I believe there's something you're supposed to send me.
I got you, big dog. I'm sorry.
I'll tell you what. To save yourself the post, just bring it in 3 weeks when you come up.
I'll bring it up.
All right.
So,
I'll bring it up.
Guys, we got to go. I want to thank everybody to come and hang out with us. Thank you all for the super chat. Thank you all for the likes. We have enjoyed ourselves. Black Comic Lords. I will be back in the seat behind the mic in February. I'm still on winter break. School's getting ready to start back up, so I'm gonna be crazy busy for a hot second in January. But I will be back in time to talk about Marvel Voices and whatever Kickstarter comes out. and here's a moratorium. You know, to all the comic book companies out there, we buy comics every month. Not just February. We buy comics in June. We buy comics in October. We buy comics all the time. You know, you don't have to like designate, February. February is a great month. It's only 28 days. I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the shortest month.
The shortest month, feel how you feel. I'm just saying that, me, Paul, Derek, Angel, Phil, we read comic books all the time. So,
yes, sir.
Black Comic Books is 24/7, 365. So I'm gonna be black in June, in May. I can't get rid of this melanin. I'm stuck with it.
We just get to be a little extra in February.
Yeah, exactly. We get to be a little extra. And look, one thing about us is, listen, I was having a conversation. I'm gonna shut my mouth. We were talking about the Black Panther stuff that was going on when the movie first came out, the first one, and all these people showed up and they had drums and they had guards or whatever. And somebody was like, "Man, why they got to do that?" I say, "Bro, this is who we are. This is what we do." You know what I'm saying? We go take it to the next level. That's what we do, baby. So
to that point.
Yeah.
To those who question why we're called Black Comic Lords, this is who we are, and this is who we do.
Yep.
Exactly.
And please remember, you know, like I say, if I'm, you know, I'm a squatter. I like living rent free in some of y'all here.
All day, every
don't
day.
go, don't start.
Don't start. Hey, we got a super chat.
Donation. It's a donation. I thought it was the trash. Don't be hitting on me.
Thank you.
Yep, I'm bringing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm bringing a wing dinner. I'm leaving the bones in the corner for the roaches.
God.
Why are you like this, man? Richard, like Richard,
pray
be
for
so
me.
stoic.
I told you. Listen, I need prayer. I ask people to pray for me because I got issues. I got issues.
We all it just be funny because Rich be like so serious. He be all right, yo, man, you know, we out of here. Then he starts cracking jokes. Then he starts cracking crazy. Then he
Never
goes,
take myself too serious, bro.
no, listen, that's why we love you, bro. But I'm gonna say this: I don't
Well, yeah.
mind. I don't mind the you know, the Black History Month celebrations because you know everybody deserves to be. We can celebrate all the time, every time. That's fine.
Yes.
But I'm okay with that. It's just that when we do the little extras, you know, we do that. You know, when we start to do the extra stuff, like I don't want Storm to have like hot sauce in her bag or no goofy stuff like that. Like that's when I'm like, all right, too much. You know, and a lot of these young writers love to do stuff like this. Like I'm like, oh,
you know what,
man.
I would. I'm gonna tell you my dream story, and this is a commission that somebody.
Why are you going through the whole story? Let me recognize this because it sounds like to be a whole.
No. This is
Brother man to you. Thank you very much.
Go, boy.
no. My dream commission is to have Blade, Blue Marvel, T'Challa, and Luke Cage sitting around playing dominoes. I would like a commission. Just some brothers sitting around a table playing dominoes.
Nice.
I'd pay for that.
Yeah.
So, because that's who we are. That's who we are. That's the kind of things that we do. What's wrong with Storm going to the hood and getting her hair fried with a hot comb?
Well, you know, Marcus did all but Marcus Williams did them dope Storm joints for her with the
lock.
with the locks and the wraps and you know all of that type of stuff, man. You know, I wish I had one to sell you, but I don't.
Yeah. Q's too say dominoes, not spades. And we can play spades too, bid whist. There's a whole lot of stuff. We can play some Uno.
Right?
Man, I played so much Uno with my family this holiday. I'm so hard on
you had a good time, didn't you?
I'm so hard on them because I'm so good.
Oh yeah, that's so pretty.
Ralph reverse. Yo, man, look, you gotta go. DJ Big Phill, what you got? Well, one last one. There it is.
Marcus Williams, Storm. I love his Storm, man. His Storm is incredible.
You know what's funny though about that is that there are other artists that have done Storm, but for whatever reason, you know, they try to make her quote unquote too exotic, if that makes any sense, and just make her a melanated black woman. That's all she is.
Yeah.
What's the problem? Okay, give her some locks. Give her an afro. I'm just saying. You know, that's our sister. That's T'Challa baby mama. Or is it Nakia?
God willing. God willing.
Yo, What's that? Oh, okay, it's another one. Yeah.
Who did that joint?
I got that from a Phill when she was on my panel in Baltimore.
You know what?
Phill
Shout out
did
to Phill Richardson. We need to get her on the show.
Yeah.
We need to get her on the show for real. We need to get her on the show for real. She needs to be.
This is gonna be. I'm bringing this to OAX.
Nerd Lodge, you out of line, Nerd Lodge. It's time to go. We gotta go.
He ain't lying.
We gotta go. We gotta go. We
Guess
gotta
he took
go.
a plan B.
I'm not posting Nerd Large's comment. It offends me. I'm offended by that comment.
Woo. You know what?
Choro forever.
Shout out to everybody that joined us on the night. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the super chats. Black Comic Lords is back. Happy New Year to one and all. We will see you when we see you. God bless you. Take care. Paul, take us home, my doc.
Black Comic Lords. We got you.
Peace.